Okay. Those are my warm-up voices. Prepare to receive me. All right, who's here? Just double checking. All right, good Lord. Whew. Okay, where are we now? We got microphone. Do we have microphone? Is there something on there? Yeah. Looks like the music's done. Looks like the voice is up. Oh man, you have no idea what it's been like running and shucking and jiving. R2, need a little more from you, buddy. I know, I hate to ask, but you got to give me a little something, baby. A little something, something. Just for the home team. Come on now. One more. Come on now. Move over. One more. There you go. That guy. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. What the hell's going on, man? I don't know about you, but where I live, it's been hot and humid, and big fat guy like me doesn't do well in those circumstances. No. You know, speaking of no, my idiot kid is insisting that we do a poll on the sayings that I use the most. And I said, that's dumb. And he said, no, you got to do it. I said, what? I don't say that many things. I don't have that many phrases. And he goes, Dad, you got a ton of phrases. I said, I may have 3 or 4 that I use. And he says, no. Says you got a ton of them, and we're going to vote on them. I said, you have to write them down first. I don't think I have more than 3 or 4. How are you going to vote on 3 or 4? Wow, that's interesting. He goes, no, you got a lot. You got a lot of them. So whatever, I don't know what's going on there. Let's scroll back up and see who's not here. And that means we're going to read everybody that is here, deduce from the master list that lives between the sheets, has at the ready, and we'll define who's not here. Who was first in here tonight? Can I scroll back and see that? Will they let me do it? Well, as far back as I can scroll, Mrs. Fort Watton, the lovely, the ever-present, our personal Southern Belle, Mrs. Fort Watton, ABC's here, Ashley Beth Crawford, Phil Wilbur, Lionheart, Melissa Lacey's checking in, Trippy Pineapple salutes the general. You can join the ranks or falling in back there. COD is here. I'm going to say that's a video game thing. Brian Shell, I'm glad you weren't kicked out. Mrs. Big Rig, hello to everyone. I love Mrs. Big Rig. Her husband, not so much, but it's because he's the husband. By default, I'm not supposed to like the husband. I'm supposed to be partial to the ladies, which, as you might have noticed, I am. Traz Complication says, yo, Nick Stigger's in. David Black, hello, gentlemen from the bottom of the glass. How you feeling, David? You okay, baby? You are the demise of all of us. You know that, don't you? You goddamn. Ryan is here. Kisnick's in. Active disruption out of starving. How am I going to say active disruption on the starving dog? Hello. I can't even say. It's too big a word, man. You're going to have to change your name to Ed. Paul Manis from Arkansas. Adam Schneider checking in. Mrs. Ford talking to Wicked Widget. Wicked Widget's here. Mo B says, woot woot. I know what that means. That's something pleasant. Oh, let's see where we are with the jar today. I don't think we put the jar up, did we? We did. The jar is there. And what's already in the jar? What did I miss? Ton of subscribers, and they let themselves out. So there's just a few left. All right, if I missed something on there, it's because the jar wasn't up. Tomash is checking in. General, I sent you a slide that must be hung for YouTube for friends only. All right. Tomash, I will find that. I've been busy since we spoke. Tomash and I spoke this morning, and I fucked it all up, but I'll tell you about that later. But Tomash is our main guy in Israel. He's your number one holding down the eastern border for the bottom of the glass nation. He's over there doing his job. Everybody say hello to Tomash when you see him. Son of a man, child of God, for a change, I'm here while you're actually live. Good evening, sir. Well, son of man, I'm glad you're aboard. Just relax, man. You have no social obligations at this point, but just to hang out. We'll take care of the rest. I promise you. Linda Knoll, the picture is hilarious. KG, Texas. Now that's what we want. Now you're making it easy on me. KG. If you put it the other way, I'm screwed. I can't say KG, but the way you did it right there, now I can say it. Deepak. Oh my God, Deepak. Do you ever sleep? Deepak's always here. I think Deepak sleeps in the corner and just wakes up whenever someone walks in the room and clicks the lights on for a show. and he's there. He shows up instantaneously. That's my guess anyway. What do I know? Just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. Angle of Light says hello from West Virginia. Ashley Beth Crawford again, talking to Mrs. Four. Wicked Widget. Michael Ashelman. Hey there, General. It's pronounced Ashelman. Glad to hear you all the way from Michigan. Thank you very much. Thank you for the pronunciation lesson. I would have fucked that up to be certain. I promise you I would have. All right, moving around. Big Rig Gaming's also in here, one of the best supporters of the program on a Tuesday night. Just ask anyone who's here on a Tuesday night. Everybody knows Big Rig on Tuesday night. I'm not kidding. It's a real thing. David Black, I'm just hoping for a Gen X Mom update. Well, let's do that. Let's go there. Let's run through this. I Hate's in, Mr. Fatty, Dirty Knobs, Terry M, Rock and Roll Noel, Tim and Indy, Two Bears, Sergeant at Arms Two Bears here, Melissa Lacey, Dravy85, Trippy Pineapple again. Was something going in there? $2 through the super chat. We're going to throw a bunch of Two Bears in there. $2 Chuck Two Bears. That is the cheapest, most generic thing you're ever. Those are Two Bear ice cubes is what they are in the bottom of that whiskey glass. Don't think any different. Where are we? Stephen Goss says hello from Pennsylvania. I think that's a new name to me. Checking in there. Thank you for checking in, Stephen. Appreciate you. Austin B, you don't need pants. It's a live stream. Just be honest. You need your whiskey in a glass. Well, I feel better. There's children that watch this program, and I'd feel better if the children knew that I was wearing pants. Oh, for Christ's sake. David Black, $5 flipping through the pages here. And his $5 says, oh, look at that. And we have Mrs. Forwatton's lovely ass-shaped peaches. Oh, when the jar fills up with those, the night comes to a slow grinding halt and we all stare. And you can't help it, so don't be mad. Don't be upset at yourself. It happens to all of us. It's not just you. Oh, all right, where was I? J-Dog's in the house. Who won the first round of the boxing poll? Smoking Joe Frazier. Of the boxing poll the kid did, Smoking Joe Frazier won. Roy Jones Jr. was second. Interesting results in third, fourth, and fifth. We can go over those later, but that was good. RK Auto Detailing. Hola, everyone. Got home a couple of hours ago. Awesome catching the live. Laying next to Mrs. Laura. 2 high balls in hand and ready to go. RK, perfect evening, my man. You described a perfect evening. Michael says, I'm at work. I should be managing this restaurant responsibly, but I'm here for the fun. That's why wireless headphones were invented. Oh, I kind of pictured you in the back room with your feet up on the desk, telling everybody that looks through the window of the door, go, just get out of here, I'm busy. Oh, that's how I do it. But then again, I'm an asshole. Paul says, my first time being here. Paul Maness. Paul Maness is checking in. Not sure from where, but the point is, Paul's here. Paul's got it. I'm sure Paul has an adult beverage in one hand, and I think Paul is sitting there. Paul Maness has a magnifying glass in the other hand. I think he's checking us out. I think he's watching very carefully what we say and do here. So let's everybody be on our best behavior. No drinking, no smoking, and no nudity. All right. Brian Cleland, good evening, gentlemen, from the bottom of the glass. How is everyone? Brian, thank you for checking in. There's plenty of room in the back. The ranks are filling up, but there's a nice soft couch back there for you, man. Just lay it sideways, put your feet up. There's plenty of room. You'll be fine. Lionheart's in there. Now, Lionheart, I'm assuming Lionheart has closed the chat room. The Gen X Talk chat room is becoming quite popular. Lion is a manager of almost 500 people in there. Yeah. The apartment we call the Gen X Talks compound, the Gen X Talks chat room, is a 500-unit brothel, basically, and every one of you is a whore. And Lion manages that, and it's a really good place to be. In between live streams and in between videos, that's where we all hang out. I know there's a lot of adult content in there, but the thing that I'm most impressed with is the food thread. You guys posting the stuff that you fix or you bake or you grill and you prepare is beyond reproach. I love reading about it. I'm telling you, sometimes you guys put stuff in there that I would never eat. I would never eat it. But the way you guys play it, the way you guys present that stuff, I now want to try it. And I know. Then I tell Gen X Mom, I like to look what he did here. And she's like, you hate this stuff. I don't know. But look the way he made it. Can we try that? She's like, are you feeling well? I'm feeling well enough to try a picture from the internet. Now go. So we do that. Audra, please find your pants, General. We'll wait. I don't know if I should be insulted or thankful for that, Audra, but Audra Abbott is encouraging me to wear pants. Now that's a new one, but I am Audra. We're good. You can open your eyes now and let's go. Okay, so Gen X mom. As you guys know, we went to an event this weekend, and for those of you who are going to stick it out, this is going to be a long program. I haven't even started drinking yet. KG Texas for the kids gas fund, 25 for the kid and 25 for whatever you see fit. KG, I couldn't thank you more for that, but these diamonds are going to kick Mrs. Fort Watton's beautiful peaches ass right out of here, and I'm scared for that. Oh, one's gone, two's gone. But we did. How did that two bear? There we go. Okay. That fucking two bear one. Did you see that thing? It bounced all the way out. Some miracle happened and it bounced back in. And then one of the little subscribers went, "Pong, you're out of here, motherfucker." And he was out. That was not my Kermit voice. That was a "get out, motherfucker." Kermit voice would have been Kermit the Frog here. And we're talking about Two Bear and his undesirable fucking asshole. That would be more of a Kermit. KG, they're both going. That whole thing is going towards the kids' gas fund. His original big investment that we all did is coming to an end, and all the other ones we've been gathering up and shoving his way. KG, thank you for that. I should drink to that. I don't want to drink tonight. I don't. I don't even have a good whiskey glass, do I? No, I don't. But I do have a shot glass, and this shot glass is special because this was made in Texas, and we have a lot of Texas followers and fans out there. A lot of friends of the program from Texas. I don't even think that I can do a mic check with this. Not a respectable mic check anyway. But, KG, $50. I'm throwing it back for you, baby. Thank you very much for that. That's all going to go to the kids' gas fund. And it's well needed, so thank you very much. Oh, good Lord. Ringo, what you got, baby? $4.99, putting those pages right back in there. Oh, that didn't take long. And somebody said, no, Mrs. Ford's nice, luscious peaches go right back inside there. I don't disagree. No, I don't. All right, David Black cracking me up line. You guys going back and forth there. That's okay. So, what was I talking about? We went down to Long Beach to LA, in LA this last weekend. We had an event to do. We'll share more on that. This is going to be a repeat for some of you, but I've added a bunch more stuff, so stay tuned. And we found out when we got back, David Black, who's in here, got COVID the next morning. Now, the problem is he said he was very sick, tested positive. I was sitting right next to David. We were fucking grab-assing the whole night. In a manly way, okay, relax. And then he was actually trading chairs with Gen X Mom. So every place that he was putting his hands, his food, his drinks, she would sit down and put her hands, her food, her drinks. And when he told us that he was sick, that was Monday morning. And everybody was good till about Monday, middle of the day, evening. Gen X Mom was not feeling good. No fever, but how do you say violently ill without a fever? Big Rig Gaming dropped something. Barry Daniels tipping in tonight. What do we got here? Hold on. What am I missing? We did Ringo. Big Rig Gaming. Look at that. Oh, don't lose any of them. Don't lose. Oh, anytime that we lose even one of Mrs. Fort Watton's peaches, it's a travesty of life. It really is. It's a terrible thing. So, Gen X Mom came down, no fever. That was the thing I want to tell you, is that we haven't detected a fever. But she was nauseated badly, and the results of nausea go along. She was up and down the better part of last night and was up for about an hour this morning. And then she went back down about 6 a.m. And she moved twice. She moved twice the whole day. I was going to read what 37 Hertz said here. My whole screen turned yellow, but I was entranced by Mrs. Peaches Peaches. I just called Mrs. Fort Watton Mrs. Peaches. I shouldn't have done that. That was 37 Hertz dropping $10 for the kid going to his gas fund. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, 37 Hertz. And I'm forever grateful you dropping more of Mrs. Fort Watton's nice, fine peaches in the jaw. Mm-hmm. So, Gen X Mom moved twice the whole day. I've been giving her water. leaving her alone. She wanted the house ice cold, and then she was under her 80-pound blanket, but I turned the thermostat down to below freezing, and which I don't mind. I'm a big fat white guy in the middle of the desert. I'm okay with that. My dogs had a problem with it. My dogs, when the house gets that cold, you turn the house down to 65 degrees. My dogs start shaking like, oh my God, is it fucking cold? Then they want to go out. And when now it's over 100 degrees, they walk outside within 3 seconds like, what the fuck is going on around here? I'm outside, I'm melting. I go inside, I'm freezing. My dogs looked at me like, are you fucking okay? What are you doing? You know, all they want to do is stand in the doorway, as you might have imagined. So right before we went on, I did give you folks a note, and right before we went on, I said that I was going to go check on Gen X Mom one more time before we went live, see what we can get there. Hold on a second now. Hold on now. Hold up on that car wash, Deb. Oh, we put some more Two Bears in there and more peaches. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, good Lord. We lost one peach, and I about had a heart attack. That was from Dewey Osborne, $5. Whiskey from my man, beer from my horses. Generisms. Oh, is that what that is? You're going to call them generisms? And no. That's okay. That's one that I say. I'm telling you, I've only got 4 or 5. We tried to think of them before. That's it. But Dewey, thank you for that, my man. I appreciate you. So I wrote you guys that I was going to check on her one more time, which I did. Amazingly enough, she responded. Not that I didn't think she'd respond. I didn't think she was dead. I knew she'd respond, but what I mean is when I came in the room, she actually took off her little mask and looked up and hey and stuff. So that was a good thing. That was more communication than I'd had in the last 12 hours. So I'm very thankful for that. And not much I can do to take care of her. I always ask her if she needs medicine or if she wants to go to the hospital. And she's given me, the middle finger every time and then said, give me more water. And that's how it went. So she's doing better. The fact that this whole day she's got it, whatever, out of her system, I'm hoping it wasn't COVID. I'm going to check again, and I will see. Check again, well, from before. But I'm going to check and see. But I actually didn't have any test kits, and they're on their way now. Yes, so Mom is probably just laying in bed and the downstairs bedroom because we can be close and doing well. She's much better than she was 12 hours ago. I can promise you that. So hopefully whatever it is, it's on the mend. Just letting you know. You won't hear her chiming in. There's no way for me to check PayPal tonight until it's over. So I know that limits a lot of you, but I'll take your word for it. If you post something in here that you did something over there, I promise I'll take your word for it. All right. So yeah, scrolling. Keep them comments scrolling, right? Terry M, peaches for everyone. Oh, that's funny. Pop-Upiston is just subscribed. All right. Told you we're going to load up with some subscribers. Here comes one. Boom, and he's out. Right when I say we're going to load up with subscribers, he leaves. Mr. Roman, $5. Hey, brother, never told you, but I ride a 2000 Road King Classic. Send my love and wellness to Lady X. See, let's see her peaches. Oh, they're coming. You dropped in $5, you're going to see some Mrs. Forrest peaches. You're going to see them real fast. And they are perfect every time. Do you ever notice that? How many times have you seen a woman's peaches? And they're different every time. Oh, perfect in their own way. But these ones here are perfectly identical every time. I have never seen a woman with so many perfect peaches, and identical to boot. True story. And I've been around a long time. All right. We got a subscriber. We got David Black and Tripton there. Subscriber is in, and he stayed. Super chat. Peaches. Oh. Here come the big guns. And there they go. Oh, we were working on what I call a Roman orgy. There's got to be a drink. We got to name a drink that. We got to have a peaches drink called the Roman orgy, where all you see is Mrs. Forwatton's fine peaches. I'm just saying. Now, I've only had one drink, but, my brain works on low alcohol limits. All right, Mary Dana. She's not flipping the bird with her middle finger. She's telling you you're number one in her book. Barry, I love the way you explain things. That means that she told me I was number one 4 times today. That's great. Barry Dana with the $5. Barry Dana's going to put some more peaches down inside there for that drink. Oh, Barry fucking... Oh, the fuck happened there? You know what? I got to tell you, this is an odd thing. It's only happened with Mrs. Forwatton's peaches. They are restless. I don't know why Mrs. Forrest's peaches are restless, but she has some restless, perfect peaches. All right, I had some stuff I was going to say. Now, and Bobby's coming in. Bobby became a member. Bobby Licky has become a member. Welcome to the Legion of X, Bobby. Boing. Now, Bobby, just so you know, that little green goo is you, and people are going to try to get rid of you. They're going to try to kick you and the subscribers out. Just so you know, this is what's going to happen. Here come 3 peaches from Tomash, and he stayed. 3 in, 1 out. We're still +2. All right. So, Tomash, Jack Daniels only, my general. I got to have a chaser, Tomash. You know this. You've known me a long time, Tomash. Tomash and I went to different high schools together just to clue everybody in on how we know each other. Wicked Widget, now we welcome the man of the hour. We love the man that we all call the general. Let's show homage to his greatness. The bottom is ready, sir. The bottom of the Glass Nation is ready, sir. That was from Wicked Widget with 4 salutes. And then right under him was Nail Lover. Good evening. I'm not passing those up. That's 8 salutes between the 2 of them right there. That's some good compliments. I must drink. The good news for you guys is, yes, the truth is at the bottom of the glass. And the bottom of the glass is very close by tonight, isn't it? It's not very far away at all. That means the lies, the stories, the truth, and everything else is at hand. All right. Woo! All right, let me scroll down. I got to scroll down. I'm not trying to skip you guys. There we go. There's some people putting it out for me there. Adam with the girl's last name. I didn't do an audio check or a video check. There's a video check. Okay, Adam, we good, baby? All right. That's an inside joke between, you heard it. Michael's in there raising a glass. 37 Hers did not leave me hanging. Wise Note, Deepak, thank you very much for doing that. There's some stuff. M. Dawson, Michael back there at his pickup truck giving me some nice homage with the Jack Daniels saying cheers. Appreciate not drinking alone, my friends. I do. Chris Yerger, sorry I'm late. Chris, you got to go in the penalty box, man. Yeah, I'm going to have to build a Gen X Talks penalty box for you fuckers that are constantly late. You're going to have to go in the penalty box. You go in there too. You know what a penalty box in hockey is? You're in a timeout, and don't think that Liz between the sheets won't put your ass there. Ringo Satire, generalisms. No one's mentioned blump or hag. What the fuck, Ringo? I don't say that. Ringo, you've been around since the beginning. Ringo's been around for 2 years. And what's bump? It's not even blump. It's bump. B-U-L. Bump. Do you mean bump? There's no L. And if it is, it's silent. Oh my God. James Terrell, I'm betting your channel hits 500,000 by the end of the year. Peace. Hey, James, I don't know. The milestones were 100,000 and 300. I'm happy that the kid got there. I'm sure he's counting sheep in his sleep backwards, hoping to get to the number you're talking, but who knows? 500 is such a long ways away. Lumpy Rutherford, hello, General. Love your content. Thank you, Lumpy. I appreciate that. But remember, it's not mine. It's the kids. It's a kids' channel. I am a paid actor. Yeah, I have a script right over here somewhere. Make the noise of a paper sound. See that? That's my script. And, I memorize lines and I play off the audience. All of this is scripted. None of it is ad-lib. None of it is improv. Everything we do here, I know exactly when I'm supposed to drink. The other viewers and members know exactly when they're supposed to tip the $4.99 into the jar. Mrs. Four Watton knows how many peaches she has to bring to put in the jar. I mean, it's all calculated. Lumpy, so thank you for your kind words there. Appreciate you tuning in. But orchestrated is the word I'd use. Very highly orchestrated. And I think we all feel the same. So we'll move on. What? Pissy? You rang the bullshit bell? Ashley, you rang the bullshit bell? What the fuck, man? And KGN, it's pre-recorded. Because I knew Lumpy'd be here to say that. At this moment. Mrs. Fort Watton, Bobby, you win a prize. There's Elizabeth with the fucking bullshit bell, too. Dravy with the bullshit bell. I call bullshit on the bullshit bell. You can't just do that. That's terrible shit, man. You fucking me right up. I don't. You know what? I'm gonna have to drink more if I could do that. I don't have to do this. I have suffered abuses greater at the hands of lesser people than you. It's true, because that's all I know is lesser people than you. Oh, that means you're great. Shut up. David Black, I would have stayed home if I had had an inkling, General. Praying for you guys. David, I know you didn't do it on purpose, man. We were having too good a time. Nobody knew. You didn't know. J Dog 18, hello, Gen X Dad. I'm back. I've been absent for a minute. Yep, J Dog, you need to go in the penalty box too. That was Mint. Let's play some Halo right now. Just want me to stop? You just want me to quit what we're doing? That was some Mint. And just stop playing Halo. Just right now, quit the stream and play Halo. Fire it up. Spin the screen around. I think you'd have some people that hated you if I followed your instructions. Ringo, where's my peaches at? You saw him fall. Big Rig Gaming for the peaches. Boy, everybody love me some Mrs. Ford peaches, don't they? Everybody wants some of that shit. Barry Dano, week and a half, then bedroll gets strapped to the bike, and my lady friend and I disappear for 4 days. I can't wait. 5 for the Sinatra Fund. My man, Barry. Got to be beautiful up there this time of year. 37 Hers for the kid. We got that one. Diana Ross, $3. Ooh, Diana Ross? Got a new member. Who signed up? Matthew Winters became a Bottom of the Glass Nation member. Now, Matthew, we may have tricked you into signing up and wasting your money with us this month, and you can't have it back. Now, if you stick around next month, that's on you. That's completely on you. You can go to your accountant and blame us because we were lying, we were deceitful, we were trickery, and we performed some treacherous deeds. Gotcha. That's on us. But if you stick around next month, if that little thing pops up and says you've been here 2 months, if I get a little notice in the middle of my live stream, Matthew Winters, member for 2 months, whoa. It's on you, baby. Just you got to realize right now. All right? This is a train wreck that's about to happen. You got on. You can't get off now. But you can get off next month. Just so you know. I take responsibility right now. All right. Get Woke Productions. Tori Randolph, David Black, thanks. It's really kind of you to say whatever you said to Tori. Thank you very much, David. Tori's a personal friend of mine, so I like it when everybody's nice to her. Elizabeth says, can I get some high quality dead air, please? No, you can't. New subscriber, and he's in. No, Elizabeth, you gotta do dead air here. We practice that all month. We bring that to you on the live stream, the big show, second Tuesday. We bring that to you on the live show, second Wednesday of every month. Be there. Is that good? My radio voice? All right. So we had stuff going on. We did. I don't even know where to begin. Shall we begin? Pictures. Shall we begin with some stuff? All right. This may be out of order. So if you guys need to drink more or smoke more to keep up with the fact that I'm time traveling, it is not a calculated mess that I'm in. No. This is haphazard at its best. It's a controlled explosion of the mind, and I'm trying to scientifically calculate putting my words with the pictures so they come out correctly. All right? In other words, I don't want to show a football game and start talking about sex. No, totally different things. What I missed? Something over there popped through. Mrs. Fort Watton, 2 bears are like ice cubes chilling the peaches. I said that his were ice cubes. I didn't put the 2 and 2 together. Mrs. Ford, it is. It does look like, but now there's an alien. Boy, that just looks like an ass wiggling around. Mrs. Ford, you are shaking your ass in the bottom of that jar. That is a distracting peaches, Mrs. Ford. You're fucking up my program here. All right, where was I? Well, three blocks of 2 bears ice in there. Any 2 bears kind of a blockhead, so that fits. 3 blocks of ice and 1 subscriber gone. Well played. Well played. All right, so we had stuff in here. I don't want to say that. Then I got the whole. I did get one of the videos for you. Let me start with something now. If I play a video, Bobby Licky put in 250. Listen, if I play a video, you guys got to really turn it up on your end. I won't speak till it's over so my voice doesn't blow you guys out. I'm still learning some balancing stuff here. But if I play it, you guys got to turn yours up so you can hear it. All right? Subscriber in. We got one coming in. Oh, that didn't take long at all. That was, you know what that was? That was Bobby Licky. Put that in the same time the subscriber went in. Fucking knocked that dude right out. All right. So, let's see where we're at here. Let me start by playing the video of the whole thing. This one someone did. This is a professional Tatiana did this one, I believe this was, or I think it was the not a promo, it was the after thing, and she passed this around. This is one of the party favors that goes around afterwards. So listen up, and you can see us in the background in a couple shots, and we are just off camera in every shot. I promise you. Everyone who was there will vouch for that. Ready? Here we go. I know it. I'm toasting, and I guarantee I know why. I know. Hello, Mrs. Fort Watton.
Thank you very much. See you later. Bye.
Oh my God, I fucked that up. I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Everybody was saying Colin, but okay.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. I won't do that again.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I just stepped on my dick and got spanked by Mrs. Four. Oh, I know there's other phone numbers calling me, but she was quick on the draw. All right, so what I was saying was if I'm reading between the sheets over here, I can't see you. If I'm answering comments over here, I'm not talking. But when I'm talking right here, I can't tell anything that's going on in either place. So if you yell at me, don't get mad if over here, I'm missing stuff. If I'm talking here. And then David Blacks went by and said, I got to do a sound check. So I poured my drink because, and I cleverly said, David may die of COVID tonight. And if he does, this drink is for him. Then I gave a very warm speech about the bottom of the glass nation, which none of you heard, followed by one big fat lie that I will never tell again. So if you didn't hear that lie, thank God, because that was the only time I'm telling it. Yeah, line called too, I saw. Let's face it, line, if it's between me talking to you and me talking to Mrs. Four, which one do you think is going to win? That's right. All right, so that was the All-Star Bowl. That's where we were. There was a Saturday and a Sunday event. Saturday was at the Bonaventure Hotel. It was an outside courtyard area, all covered in ivy and bougainvillea. Go look it up if you don't know what that is. And then the next day was in Lakewood. It was in Long Beach. It was at a bowling center, and that was a fun place to be, too. So, with that being said, that was where we were. Gen X Talks was there, and I told you who was there. Let's see, who did I miss? It was Gen X Dad, this guy. It was Gen Z Kid, the little version of me. Gen X Mom was there, and then Lionheart was there. Lionheart was flown in compliments of Two Bear, and Two Bear was his Uber driver for the weekend, drove him all around, let him stay at his house. We got some pictures of that. We'll get to that in a little bit there. And then Two Bear was there. His wife was there. David Black was there. Trippy Pineapple was there. Heidi was there. The lovely Miss Liz was there, as always, running around organizing all of us, keeping us in check. And am I missing somebody? Low Torque was there too. My man Low Torque stopped by for the whole event. He was there the whole Sunday. I know I'm missing somebody, but we're going to get to those. We're going to get to everybody who was there and what happened. So this is going to be a long ride. All right, so that was the video to show what took place. It was a celebrity event. We were invited to go kind of on the celebrity side. We didn't have to serve drinks and dump the trash cans like we did last year. We were supposed to be there this year. Had our own seats. True story. Yeah. So let's see. Give you an idea on what it was like. This one had a lot of people. This is before the bowling began. You can see Two Bear on the left and his lovely wife walking up. And this was just one part of the bowling alley. There was more behind. And this was about just as it was just beginning. This is all the people they let in the beginning. There was a bunch of people there. This was a closed session. This was not open to the public. These are not people that just wandered off the streets and said, hey, what the fuck's going on? No. None of that happened. All right. So I know we played this before, but I'm going to knock it out real quick here. Before we could go, I wasn't even allowed to pack up and go. Jennick's mom told me to get a haircut. I said, I don't need a haircut. She said, you do need a haircut, and you're not getting in the car if you don't have a haircut. I think she's full of shit. This is a handsome man. That is a Dan Haggerty, Grizzly Adams, mountain man looking motherfucker. That man deserves to be on the cover of a cereal box someplace. I don't know if it's cornflakes or not, but he deserves to be there. But I still couldn't go until I got a haircut. So I did. And I came out looking like that. Now, I don't know which version you ladies like better. Some of you like Mr. Scruffy on the left. Some of you like Cool Joe on the right. I'm not sure where that's going to fall. But that's what I had to transform myself into. And men, aren't we always transforming ourselves for women? Aren't we always falling in line? Yes, we are. So I got my hair cut. I said, can I go now? And she goes, no, not till you put some money in my purse and we can leave. So we stopped by the bank and I did that and off we went. Now, I got to tell you, and I want to find the dinner out there. I'm trying to go in order. At the Bonaventure, this is where we were. There was an outside venue there. It was a big courtyard. They had a bar, a big freestanding bar, and they had some music playing, and then everybody showed up. And this was an invite only. This was a little bit smaller, more intimate of a group. I would say there was maybe 100 people there total. And this is where some of the basketball and baseball players went in and hung out, and there was a big auction for some really cool stuff. I did get a Pete Rose signed hat. And it was up here for a live stream, and everybody screamed, why do you got a Cincinnati Reds hat up there, man? Cincinnati Reds hat? Are you kidding me? I'm like, signed by Pete Rose. You understand that? Pete Rose signed it. If he signed a roll of toilet paper, I'd put the roll of toilet paper on display. It's Pete fucking Rose. Are you all right? You okay? Do you understand what I'm telling you? But so I got a bunch of shit for that. Jennick's mom put it somewhere. I don't know what she did. I would have left it. Signed by Pete Rose. I don't care what it is. The only two things I would not have put up there, signed by Pete Rose, was a Raiders hat or a San Francisco Giants hat. I can't let anything in my house be associated with failure or cheating. No. I do have some standards. I don't remember where I put them, but I have them somewhere. And that just wouldn't have worked out right. So that was the Bonaventure. This was taken from the courtyard. You can kind of see part of it right there. And that's where we started. All right? Okay. Moving on. Jennick's mom, I have like 30 of these pictures. Then she told me to take a video. And it was so funny. We posted some of these pictures, and I forget where we put them up at just to get things going. And a couple people wrote, when a woman becomes a cougar, they always go cheetah. I couldn't disagree with that. But this was Jennick's mom modeling herself in the courtyard at the Bonaventure, and I probably have 30 different pictures like this. And then she took off her glasses, and then the wind was blowing in her hair, and she was posing backwards to the fence and forwards to the fence, and then there was a difference. I love my wife, but when she had a few drinks and had her moment, there we go. So now you can see there was Jennick's mom in all of her glory on her way. So this was us when we arrived at the Bonaventure, and this was, I don't know how many drinks she's had, but yeah, so there's the courtyard. I could have had pictures of all the celebrities, and what do I have? I have a picture of my wife that I could have got in my own living room. Oh, plus those shoulderless top things, I learned that day they come down very, very far. It was really, really impressive on how those things move. So, all right. So we did the Bonaventure thing, and people were there. Do I have anything else at the Bonaventure? I think I do. This is where we met Byron Scott, and I had a couple of videos. Two Bear took some video of us talking. We talked for a long time. And Byron Scott, calling coach, is he played for the Lakers for a lot of years. He was just an amazing fucking player. Then he ended up coaching the Lakers for a couple years too. Still big in the NBA. He's a very famous guy. If you don't know who he is, you've been living under a rock, go look him up. When you look up who he is, you come back, then you go, oh shit, that was somebody. Yes, he was. He was somebody. Still is somebody, but I mean, he was somebody that night. He's still somebody now, but fuck it, you're getting me all confused. Okay, so that was the kid meeting Byron Scott, which was a lot of fun. It really was. Now, I want to talk about real quick, just on a sidebar thing here. And I did this on one of the other live streams so you guys can understand it. This was the warning plaque of right side of our elevator. You guys know what warning plaques are? They tell you here's where the stairs are, here's where the elevators are, fire, stuff like that. Are you listening? Are you paying attention? You pass these things, you never even read them, ever, do you? Can you believe that it says this? Can you believe it says, as if there's an emergency going on, alarm sounds like a whoop. Alarm sounds like a whoop. If you hear a whoop, that's an alarm. Get the fuck out. Now, what kind of a whoop? Is it whoop, there it is? If I hear that song playing, do I run for cover? Do I get the hell out of there? Is it more like a whoop? Did you hear that? Could it be that whoop? They don't tell you. And how loud can a whoop be? I mean, if this is an alarm, whoop, that's as loud as I can do it. I mean, it could go whoop. That's it. That's as loud as I can go. That's not very alarming. I'm not sure how many people are going to run for cover and get the fuck out if there's just some dude like me running up and down the halls going whoop, 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 whoop. Somebody would just think I'm off my medication again. And that doesn't alarm anybody. All right. You needed to see that. That was important. That is a man paying attention to his surroundings. Yeah. All right. So... Fucking, I need another drink. I need another drink. All right, I don't know what shot we're on. Is this shot 3? All right, there we go. Don't let me drink alone. Give me something. Let's go. Training wheels engaged. All right. Yeah, we're going to spend a little time in here. Now, before we go any further with that stuff, we went to a dinner at a place called... the 908. I believe I got that right, the 908. And it wasn't a 5-star restaurant, but it was in Long Beach, and it was nice. Was it in a strip mall behind a gas station? Yeah. Did it have a little metal door you had to slide and have the code word to get in? Of course. But it was beautiful on the inside. It really was. And I'll show you a picture of it. Now, I need to preface how this dinner went, because you guys see me in here. We're talking. You guys say stuff and I respond. I say stuff and you respond. It's like we're having a conversation to some degree. We're sitting around a bar like we always are. Everybody's drinking, having a good time. Now, how many of you think that the way I behave in here is how I behave in public? Show of hands. Am I the same guy in public that I am in here? Is the live stream version of me the same everywhere? Raise your hand if you think that's true. I'll wait. Raise your hand if you think I'm the same guy. Mrs. Fort Watton says yes. She's waving her hand right there. She says yes. Jake says yes. Thumbs up there. Typer Monkey's got his hand over his face on that. Easy says a little bit. He says you might be a little bit like that. All right, Easy Money, I got you. Marvelous Miss Miranda, I love her so much. She says yes. All right, few of you. Tori Randolph, thumbs up. Terry M says he couldn't tell you. Dawson says yes. Whoa, who said no? Laura says no. Laura thinks probably that I'm more reserved and more held back, a little more conservative. Jim Bones got a bunch of hands. Cali Cat says hands up. Mrs. Big Rig, wow, look at all you guys are just thinking that I run out in public like this and run my mouth. Look at William Reed. He said you'd get arrested. Now William got some common sense. I couldn't just act like this everywhere I went. Tomash is not he's saying yes, and he's celebrating. And he's that's you, motherfucker, that's you. That was not my impersonation of Tomash. That's coming. Brian S. says, no, I'm more conservative. Certainly. Paradise Arms says up. Tiffany Mims is up. Elizabeth says yes. All right. So we got the consensus. Cabo saying, yeah, 100%. All right. So a lot of them have not been out with me before. A lot of them have not seen me in public. Now, Liz has seen a little bit, some stuff, but when we're kind of not, the last time we did a meet and greet in Las Vegas, it was kind of in this sort of setting. So I was a little more vocal, and I was more reserved there and talking to people directly and thanking them for being there. And I wasn't feeling well that weekend either. However, we went out to dinner at the 908. And you can look it up. You can get some pictures of what it looks like inside. So there we are, and we get a table. We're all sitting there. Who was it? It was Liz and Two Bear, and it was Liz and Two Bear and Gen X Mom, then myself and the kid Lion, and was that it? Was there somebody else? No, that was it, right? Lion, was there anybody sitting next to you? I can't remember. That was it, right? So this is Gen X Talk staff, and they've never really been out with me. They don't, and we're going to sit and order some drinks and have some appetizers, and it's not a 5-star restaurant, but their appetizers sucked. I could tell right away, and I didn't see any prices on the menu, and we discussed that at length later. All of us did. So when the waiter came, and he was this skinny, tall black guy named Lamar, very neat and clean, well put together, wonderful young man. He seemed to be all right. I figured he was some low-hanging fruit, right for the picking. So when everyone was ordering their appetizers, I turned on the charm, and by charm, I put on my hillbilly voice, my redneck voice, and I became loud enough for other guests, other clients, to hear. And I said, hey, I don't understand, young feller. How come you ain't got no tater tots in this menu? Look at this menu right here. No tater tots on the whole thing. Do you got a kid's menu or something? And his mouth dropped open first. And he looked at the other people like, is there something wrong with this guy? And they just kind of put their heads in their menus because they didn't know what to do. And I said, I'm trying to find something respectable to eat around here, and you ain't got nothing on the menu any good. How could you not have a big old spit of fries or something on here? You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. No tater tots on here, no fries, no wedges, nothing. Why don't you go microwave something in the back and bring it out for a little feller? He didn't know where to go. So I said, the only thing you got on here is you got a stuffed, rolled, what were those things? Somebody help me out. They were some vegetable. What was it? It was a stuffed rolled, it wasn't broccoli. Well, I should have asked for fried bologna. Yeah, I should have. What was that? Come on, somebody who was there, write that down. Liz, are you telling me over here? Do you already know? Liz, you can erase all the ones that I've done. Liz, I've done all those. Liz may not be here. Between the sheets. I left her alone between the sheets. Fried bologna. Brussels sprouts. That's what it was. Brussels sprouts. All right. It was the Brussels sprouts wrapped in bacon. And I said, the only thing you got that comes close to something I'd eat on here is them fried Brussels sprouts stuffed with bacon. I said, I'll tell you what I want. I want 2 orders of those. Hold the Brussels sprouts. And the waiter says, you want 2 orders of the side dish of the stuffed Brussels sprouts, but you don't want the Brussels. No. I said, you can just hold the Brussels sprouts. I'll take the bacon. And he didn't know if I was serious. And I said, you better get on with it now. Come on now. So he goes back, puts it in the computer that way. The chef back there goes, this is just going to be a plate of bacon. He goes, that's what the guy wants. So he comes out a little bit. I'm laughing still, and I straighten up when he gets there. He brought out a bowl of chopped bacon on a plate, and on the plate was 2 strips of bacon. It was bacon with a side of bacon. I said, there you go. Now we're cooking. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. And he says, can I get you guys anything to drink? And I said, yeah, I need a water and about a glass this big. It's hot outside. And he says, we don't have glasses that big. I said, why don't you get one of them flower vases, dump out the flowers, and go ahead and fill it up with water. I'll take one of those. You just charge me whatever, sonny. He goes, hey, forget who he looks. He wants a flower vase full of water. And what? I said, come on now, let's go. He ended up bringing us back a pitcher of water and a bunch of, he couldn't get the small glasses for water is all you get at the tables. He went to the bar and got some of their beer glasses and brought them back. Will these do? I said, yeah, well, that'll be all right, I guess. So he brings them up. Now, you got to remember by now, this guy is just losing his mind over me and us at the table. And we nicknamed him Baconator because he brought all the bacon. So, hey, Baconator, come here. He says, why am I baking? I said, you got the bacon, son. Nobody's ever done that for me before. That's a compliment, boy. You ought to understand that. That's some good shit. I like you. And so he brings us water. He brings us food. I quoted Cowboy Way when nobody ordered a steak, or I would have said, well, if I tell you to bring my steak out and you ask me how I want my steak cooked, I'm going to tell you to knock its horns off, wipe its nasty ass, and plop it down on the plate. Again, he looks at me and looks around the table. I go, that's called rare. He goes, that's really rare. I go, that's heavenly rare. You're going to poke that thing with a fork and it moves back at you. So this is what goes on with this guy for most of the night, and then he was a good sport and he was a lot of fun. He dialed right in. We had such a good time with Bacon Eater, and he finally figured out that we were okay. We were not, a bunch of people that took too much medication, and we were drinking and having a good time. Plus, the girls seemed normal. The guys, we were all weird, but the girls seemed normal. It was Liz and Gen X mom, so that worked out fine. And towards the end of it, he was just having it. We gave him a big tip, too. I teased him about the side of that creme brulee. He brings out these creme brulees for the girls, and I'm like, that is the goddamn smallest dish of creme brulee I ever. You probably charged $42.95 for that, and ain't nothing in it, but it's half a bowl. What the hell? And he's like, well, I can go tell the chef right now. I don't accept this shit. That's a half order if I ever seen one. So we ate, we finished, we gave him a big healthy tip. I mean, probably double what he normally gets there, just because he put up with us for so long. But I wasn't finished. Now, this is where some of the weird shit comes in, and I want to show you a picture first before we go on, because you guys need to get it there. This is Lamar and his wife, okay? This is Baconator right there. You see that? I don't want to spill the whole beans on it. That's Baconator, all right? That's our guy. So you see the guy I'm talking about? That's him. This is Lamar. This is Baconator. Now, I know I tip my hand to some of you wiser people. Let me get through my story. Let people of the good ship hear me speak. Hear me speak. So I need another drink to tell you this part. I do. Mic check, sound check, visual check. Here we go. Oh, one more for the Gipper. If you don't know who the Gipper is because you're under the age of 50, you may not even, at 50, you may not even know who the Gipper is. You're all going to have to leave and go look it up. There's only two people in here who know who the Gipper is. That's me and Mrs. Forwatton. I promise you, nobody else knows, but we do. All right, moving on. All right, so we get done, and there was some young girl, waitress, walking around, and the whole restaurant had been hearing us, or me. People had been, you say something clever and you look over like this and they look away like they're not paying attention. They pretend they're not paying attention to what you're saying and doing, and they are. And so this girl walks by, and she's just a regular waitress. She'd been just bussing tables and doing stuff. And I said, excuse me, miss, could you come here for a second? So she does, and I said, I don't need you to find your manager, and I don't want just a manager. I want the top manager, whoever's running this place tonight. If they're here, I want you to go and tell them that whatever table number this is, we're very upset. We didn't have a good meal. We didn't have a good experience. I'm mad about the bill. You tell them I want to talk to them right now. And she goes, okay, I'll go get him. Sir, I'll be right with you. Just 1 minute. And I didn't let her off the hook. She went away upset, scared that, something was going to happen. I mean, I'm sure she ran and passed it around the room to all the other people. Something's going on at table 33. Something going on at table 33. So, what are you calling me for? Stop that. So anyway, the manager comes over. Now, the manager I didn't even know this at the time, and she was just beautiful and wonderful and nice. And she comes over, and she'd only been there about 6 weeks. We didn't know that. Not that it would have made any difference to me whatsoever. No. Equal opportunity abuser. Yes, that's me. So she comes over, and I tell her in the beginning, I say, now listen, I have one request. I need you to be quiet until I'm done speaking. If you have a question, I'd like you to wait till, it's the only thing I'm asking you is to wait till I'm done ranting. Another member dropping in, don't know the name because I can't see it because I'm telling a story. But he kicked out two bears, so I like this person, whoever it is. So she agrees. She stands there with her hands folded or her hands behind her back at times, and she's going to patiently listen to me before she says anything, which she fucked up. She started talking, and I called her. I said, you had one job. You were not supposed to speak until is there someone around here that can follow directions? I got loud, and we finished. But here's the bad part. Here's the really fucking bad part. This is where Two Bear should be banned from the island. Should be kicked off the island right now. All right? Let me find this picture, this sneaky motherfucker. Here it is. So as I start talking to the waitress, the manager, as I begin talking to the manager, this dumbass takes out his camera and he films it. Now, I'm thinking the guy who got the shot, I think the person who got this shot was either Gen Z Kid. It had to have been Gen Z Kid or Lion. Somebody saw him taking a video of me, so they took a picture of him. So, Two Bear, you are one caught motherfucker. We caught you right there. You're dead to rights. You did this. Yeah. Thought you'd be sneaky, blackmail me for some shit? Is that what you thought? Is that where you're going with this? You square Ice Cube, $2 Two Bear, $2 Chuck motherfucker? Well, we got you. Oh, not only did we get it, but we got the video. All right. Now, I'm going to play the video. I've told you the outline of the story. I chopped it down. It was 6 minutes. I think I made it 2.5 minutes long. But you got to turn your volume up. I'll remember to turn my mic back on. I promise, Mrs. Ford. But you got to turn. You guys want to hear what went on between us? He recorded it live, so now you see this is actually how I was behaving in the restaurant. So please never, 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 never go to dinner with me. All right, turn up your speakers now. Baconator is one of the better waiters I've ever had. You can have really good food at really good places. You can have them at big, fancy restaurants, or you can have them at a dive bar behind a pool table. The food can be the food. What makes a difference is the staff. Baconator is one of the best.
Who is that?
I said, could we please hold all questions till the end? I was very specific. Is there anyone here who can follow directions? I'd like to speak to them if we just got someone who can follow directions.
Okay.
We'll try again.
Okay.
All right. Baconator absolutely made this meal 10 times better than it could have ever been. His personality, the way he interacted with everybody, he was not only timely and efficient, he was funny. He got along with everybody. He made a personal connection with each person at the table.
I'm glad.
Baconator is what we should all strive for. I would move at a next company meeting, you should have a Baconator award given out once a month to the best employee who connects with customers. Now, great food, great place, but the cherry on top is Baconator.
Perfect.
I'll never forget that.
I will never forget it.
Okay.
It's seared in my mind.
What I'm trying to say.
Am I allowed to ask questions?
Yeah, please, feel
Okay.
free. Yeah.
So who's baking it?
You might know him as Lamar.
Lamar.
yeah.
So how did we go from Lamar to Baconator? Was it because of the bacon?
Well, he asked me what I wanted for a side.
Okay.
And I put on my redneck hillbilly voice and said, you ain't got no tater tots. I don't know what kind of outfit you run here. How do you have a side without no tater tots? And he was trying to explain what you did have. One of the things was, what was it?
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts with bacon. I said, all right, well, this is the closest thing you got to a real side. Let me have 2 orders of Brussels sprouts and bacon. Hold the sprouts. He goes, really? I said, oh, yeah. So he came with a bowl full of bacon and bacon on the side, which I don't understand why that's not even part of your menu. That is bacon with a side order of bacon.
That's true. That's true.
And Baconator came up with it. I'd never been able to get that. So from that moment on, he was Baconator.
I love that.
So I think you ought to walk over to him right now, pull him aside and go, just so you know, you're probably fired.
Honestly, he's one of our greatest servers. Like, he's really good. He's perfect at connecting with everybody.
You did a great job.
Yeah. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm glad you guys enjoyed your experience. I'm glad everybody enjoyed their experience.
It was great.
Good.
I wasn't so happy with you. I had one request.
I know.
I had one thing. You had one
I
job.
had a long day.
You had one job. Just wait till
Okay, we'll try again next time you come in. I'll just meet you.
you know, with your conduct, very unbecoming at the moment, it reminds me of one of the greatest philosophers of our time. Iceman from a town called Bodfish. And when Iceman experiences moments like this, he quotes and says, chicks, man. Chicks. It's pretty funny, and it's clever. So I just want you to know.
All right. Thank you so much
You're
for all
more than
that.
welcome. So
Thank you, guys.
he did a great job, and I don't think this would have been half as enjoyable if somebody else had taken care of it. And I wouldn't disagree when you say you have a better clientele here. I mean,
Number one.
I want you to know I can turn this down, but I can't turn it off. So I think it's very well said. We're good here.
I'm glad
Anyway,
you guys enjoyed it.
we really did. We have no complaints at all.
You guys look
All right. So you get the drift on Two Bear's sneaky motherfucking video. Yeah, Joey, I pulled an Iceman right to her. I pulled out Iceman from Bodfish. I gave it to her in person live. Chicks, man. Chicks. The way you're behaving. It's why Iceman says chicks, man. Chicks. Oh, for God's sakes. Yeah, Cali Cat says the manager was pretty hot. When we all got done, I got some praise from the guys in the room for never glancing at her breasts. I didn't even once. No. I did not even look. Eye contact, professionalism. That's all what it was all about that night for me. You're welcome, America. Got you that one for free. Yeah, Wisen Oak, you had one job. Yes. So that was it. That was the... Oh, my God. What was I? What were you saying? The drama begins. Are you guys fighting about shit again here? Really? This is where you're going to pick? You're going to fight in here? You know, I hope Liz puts you both in a timeout. Just put you there and let you alone. I would. So, yeah. I don't know. You guys are getting all sidetracked on shit. I still had more story to tell. But the point was that that's how the evening went. Now, we invited Lamar and his wife to come to the next day's event. This was Saturday night, so the next day's event was the bowling tournament with the celebrities, the basketball players. He was ecstatic. He was thrilled. He even told me when he got there, he said, I walked up to the door and I knew I wasn't going to get in. I didn't think you were really going to have my name at the door. I didn't think you were really going to get me in. And they let me in, and he was really happy. It was a great time for him. He was having a good time. Liz, if there's people fighting in there, put them in a timeout. Quit fucking around. Don't make me do it, because I'll do it. Just put them in a timeout till they cool off. So yeah, that was Baconator, and that's what we were doing. I don't know if I can find that picture again. That was really good. No, it wasn't that one. It was not that one either. There it was. So where did that one go? Why'd that one move? Oh, that was Baconator and his wife. I forget her name. It was Jamil or Jamilia. It was a beautiful name, but I can't remember what it was. But that was... Now, do you guys notice what he's wearing here? He shows up. You see what he's got? You see his apron? Two Bear's wife, here's the story. She wasn't there that night, but Two Bear goes home, and him and Lion, they're telling his wife all about the Baconator and the guy. She makes him an apron. When the guy shows up the next day to bowl, not to bowl, but to see the bowling, to be part of the event, he's just so thankful he can get in. He's thankful that we invited him. He's running around hugging everybody, and they put this on him and said, this is for you. In one night, she made him an apron that said Baconator. That's Mrs. Two Bear. She made him an apron that said Baconator. How cool is Gen X Talks that we got cool cats like that? It'll take time to do that out of nowhere, just to make him a Baconator. He still owns that. He still got that. He went back in there and he's like, he's got to go back in and go, that's incredible. Look what these guys did. And he earned it. He earned every bit of it because he was wonderful. He was a cool cat. He was a great waiter. He was a great host. He did everything we asked for us and more. He put up with a lot of my bullshit and my redneck hillbilly stuff. It was just, I'm glad him and his wife got to go to the event. They were thrilled being there, running around talking to all the basketball, baseball players, and then the Baconator shirt was the icing on the cake. So now you guys know. That's what Two Bear and his wife did that for him, and it was just, I don't know. I was really happy about it. So here's a picture I didn't show you before. This is one of Lion and Low Torque. Now, I don't want to rat anybody out here. Actually, yes, I do. What does his shirt say? What is Low Torque? Our buddy Low Torque, an extra, the janitor, the undersigned staff member janitor. He's the janitor of Gen X Talks. And yes, I'm sneaking drinks while we're talking. I don't care. What does his shirt say? That's right, Miss Liz. It says Miss Liz. You know why? It is not because Low Torque and Miss Liz date. They don't live together. They didn't do their laundry together. They didn't get their clothes mixed up in the drawers together. No, 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 no. Low Torque apparently doesn't have one piece of Gen X Talks merchandise to wear. No. So luckily for him, Miss Liz was wearing 3 layers of clothing. She stripped it all off right there in the bar down to her bra, which, thank you very much, Liz. Hats off to you on that. Well done. And she put all of her clothes back on, but she left one shirt off and she let him wear it. Now, let's all notice and be really fair about this. Low Torque does not fill out this shirt as nearly as nicely as Miss Liz does. No. Don't even think for 1 second you're going to compare the two. You're not. But that is, in fact, a true story on how he got that shirt. Give or take a lie or two. Now, where was I moving on to? There's Low Torque, and I won't go through some of these, talking to Gen X Mom about pizza and about drinks, and Low Torque's thinking, ooh, should I have another piece of pizza? And Gen X Mom saying, well, you can have this piece. I just puked on it. And he said, ooh, I have a piece of puke pizza. So he took the puke pizza, and then Gen X Mom got herself a fresh slice of the good stuff and moved on. And in the background, who can we see there? Anybody important? The guy with the white hat in the distance turned around facing me with the camera and stuff. That is Byron Scott. The Garvey family. This is the Garvey family right next to us. Steve Garvey and his 3 sons right there. They were bowling in the lane just to our right. And so we can move on from that picture there. Good stuff. All right. So I was trying to find that group picture from before. I wanted to point out Low Torque. There we go. So this is one of the pictures that started us going. Now, do you see Low Torque? Do you see the shirt he's wearing at the beginning of the event? I don't even know how to describe that. That is some 1975 Brady Bunch mustard brown Charlie Brown special t-shirt he's wearing. That's how he came. Do you notice what everybody else is wearing? We're organized, man. We are a team. We are sharp. We came to say something. We made a goddamn statement when we showed up and rolled in there. Everybody knew who we were. And then we have David Black. Now, do you want to know why David Black hurried over to that side of the screen? Do you know why? He was on the other side. See how there's a gap over there between Low Torque and me, and he hurried and shifted positions? Because on this side of his shirt, the left side of his shirt, the hiding, cowardly side of his shirt, is another channel, not Gen X Talks. Another creator, not Gen X Talks. Which means he has purchased merchandise from someone else. He cheated on all of us. And was wearing other creators, other channels' gear at a Gen X Talks event. Shame. Shame. May shame fall upon you and your whole family, David Black, for what you did. Now, I got to be fair. Now, you see in the picture, Gen X Mom, right? Lovely Gen X Mom right in the center of the picture. Just taking up that screen, little pow right there. All right. So she took care of that. Because the next group picture, and I will cover for all of you from left to right, look at David in the middle now, proudly pulling himself up over Heidi. Look at me, I got a shirt. And she let him keep the shirt. Now, in this picture, from left to right, starting in the back row, top left is Gen Z Kid. The second one over is Low Torque in his Ms. Liz shirt. Now, I usually would have taken that position in the center back. I'm the biggest, tallest guy normally, and that's my spot. Lionheart took that spot. Because when Lion's around, he's the biggest, tallest guy. Now, there's 1,000 reasons to love Lionheart, but there's only one reason to hate that dumb motherfucker piece of shit goddamn because he's too big. He's taller than me. I don't like that. I wanted to be the biggest, tallest, center of attention dude in the room, and I can't be when he's around there. He got that cute smile. He got that fuzzy-looking beard. He got that wink in his eye that just make your knees wobble, or so I've been told. And there's what you get. Next to him is David Black in the white shirt. He's now not flying the flag of the Confederate Army. He's now got a respectable Gen X Talk shirt. The handsome devil next to him is Gen X Dad. What a good-looking son of a bitch. The guy in the very end, all the way over from left to right, is Two Bear. And how do you know? He fucking put Two Bear on his shirt so big that it drowns out the Gen X Talk. That shirt, that man, is Two Bear approved. Now we'll start back at the left in the front, and that's Trippy Pineapple. That is the best picture of Trippy you are going to see all night. Trust me on this. In the middle is Heidi, and then we have Miss Liz. She's a little bit out of color, but see, she's not wearing the black because she gave up her black shirt to Low Torque, and she is representing on the front and on the back Gen X Talks, and it does set her apart. It almost looks like she's in command, doesn't it? Yeah. She is the manager. She's the captain. She's the coach. That's why she's dressed that way. So are you getting it? Going? Because I'm trying to paint you a picture. I don't know if you're getting it or not. Let me go back to the comments. Let me see if anybody got back in between the sheets. Yeah, okay. So David Black, I got that one, Liz. J-Dog, got that one, Liz. That was Mint, got that one, Liz. Ringo Satire, got that one. Big Rig Gaming said that one. Barry Dano said that one. 37 Hurst said that one. Dewey Osborne said that one. Diana Ross mentioned that one. David Black to cover some of the test kit costs for Gen X Mom Bombs Away. I did not see that one from David Black. That $20.01 I had not seen from David Black. Thank you very much for keeping that. Tomash, Jack Daniels, Only My General. I saw that one already and mentioned it too. And Tomash, Lion, you talked that one. I got that. Oh, now, Liz, now you're going to clean stuff up? Now we can get rid of this big magic fucking Jason and the Amazing Dreamcoat color scheme you got going on over here? Every color known to man. Half of them don't need to be there. Liz, I might have to put you in a timeout. Now, it'll be on my lap, and we'll have to talk about the first things that pops up. But, Liz, don't forget that. All right, where was I? Boom, 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 boom. All right, I didn't read any of your comments. Remember, if I'm telling a story here, I'm not reading over there. You got to bear with me. We got a long way to go. All right, Pissy Missy drooling over here like Homer. Over what? Pissy, screw the shirts. I'm still stuck 5 minutes back in the fluffy pizza. Food porn, bacon, and Mrs. For Wanton. What did I miss? What the fuck were you guys talking about that I missed? It sounds really interesting. Lionheart, a king among men. I know. That just pisses me off. Lion is uninvited from every other event, and unless I wear 4-inch heels, and then he's okay. Oh my God! All right, so is that true? Because now I want to know, Mrs. Farr. I read what you wrote there, sweetheart. I know. All right, so this was the event. This was the thing. We did a good job. David Black, don't worry, guys. Once I paid again, merch will be on the way. Yeah, you know what? And we called David the outcast that day. He was the outcast. There was many reasons, but David, and he was the outcast. The only thing, I'll tell you one. Let's watch this $5 come through from David. Oh, I'm going to have to forgive David putting Mrs. For Watton's peaches back in the jar. All right, so where did I miss over here? I saw the sensitive subject thing. You can get rid of that there. All right, I'll race through that real quick. This was regarding the star music. KG Texas wrote, loving the tunes, kind of catchy. I find myself jamming in the manner. Thank you, KG. He's talking about the music in the front. I'm just catching up. Miss Liz got everything written down for me, so if I missed some stuff way back in the beginning, I'm covered it now. Anthony, Tony, when I retire, I'm never wearing pants again. I would say I'm with you, Tony, but that would mean I'm with you. I don't mean I'm with you. Tony, when you say you're never going to wear pants again, and I say, I'm with you, that means I'm agreeing with you. It doesn't mean I'm sitting there with no pants with you. It means I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm agreeing with you. I'm not sitting there with no pants with you. All right? All right. Moving on. All right. Wicked Widget. Now, welcome the man we all love. I called that one out. I talked that one. Wicked Widget. I was first. I did not see that one. It looked like on my screen Mrs. Four was first. Okay. So, Liz, I got all those squared away, so you're all caught up. Doing my due diligence, as they say, across the map. Lionheart, no homo, you ass. Oh. Tiffany's drooling over a couple of guys. Everybody's drooling over a couple of guys. Hey, you know what? I shouldn't have showed you those pictures. Maybe I shouldn't show you anymore. Or maybe I should. Could end the live stream early. All right. So, yeah. It was a fun night. Daniel Edwards put the whole thing on. He has a brand new company. He's been doing this for a while. He knows what he's doing. But he put this whole event on, and we all sat around in between the 2 games of bowling. It was 3 games ago bowling, and I kind of gathered everybody in, and I said, "Look, you guys know that part of my job is to keep the crowd going, to get everybody involved with the stars, the celebrities, and the fans in the back. We don't want them all sitting separate. We want everybody engaging and doing and laughing." So we turned it on. All of us did. Byron Scott's team over there, the Pro Bowler guy to the left. There was the Byron Scott's, the Garvey family, us. We kind of got everybody involved to where our section was the place to be. These 4 or 5 lanes, this place had 65 lanes or 70 lanes, and everything was just clap if they did good, and okay, you're next, and there was some music playing. Not us. We rousted the bar. I'm telling you, we got fucking after it. It was great. Here comes a phantom follower. The glass is gonna move. Look at that. I told you. And what that meant was that we were finally getting everybody, the whole place, to start going. They shifted people around, and we get the next crowd going. So I kept telling everybody, I said, if I don't fuck this up, if I really work the room hard and try to pull people around the corner like I'm supposed to, maybe Daniel will invite us back to the next one. I know he does more than one of these a year, probably 3 or 4. And I said, if we want to get invited back, I got to do a good job. So everybody did a good job. Everybody was talking and cracking jokes and messing around, and the women were beautiful and entertaining. The guys were doing their part for being clever and witty and strong about it. And in the end, when it finally came time to talk to Daniel, which was Monday, actually, and I just said, "Look, how bad did I fuck up your expectations? Can I please come to the next one?" That type of thing. And I want to say perhaps Daniel was being a little bit gracious, and perhaps he was being a little bit kind. But I want to tell you that guy thought that everything that we did as Gen X Talks, that all the stuff, the shenanigans we were pulling, the stuff we were messing with, it all got back to him. And I think that he feels that we all did an exceptional job trying to make it one of the best events that we all could. And I would do it again for nothing. Again, just let me show up. Let me bring my people in there. Let's turn this event up to 11. And if Daniel lets us go, I think he's going to. And you guys got to remember, Daniel's one of you guys. No, he is. Daniel is an extra. Daniel is a subscriber. Daniel is a member. Daniel, he has different names he goes by the things he's promoting in here. Daniel's one of you guys. He watches the shows. He's been watching the live streams for a long time. He says a few things here and there. Daniel's one of you. You'd know his name when it pops up. You're like, oh, I remember that dude. That's him. He's one of us. He's one of you guys in the comment section. That's how we even had a shot at trying to be part of such an amazing event. That's how we even had a shot at knowing such a cool cat. Yeah. So I'm going to raise this one to Daniel for treating us with compassion that he didn't have to. Oh, mercy is something that we don't deserve, and mercy is not getting something we do deserve, and we deserve to be kicked out, and he didn't make us go. So we'll continue on with the story, but this one's to Daniel. All right. Where we at? What's next? Come on now. Mrs. Big, I ordered myself a shirt after last week being told I didn't have a shirt. Mrs. Big, Mrs. Big Rig, did you order a regular shirt, or are you now part of my harem? That's a legitimate question. Yes, I have a harem. Duh. I mean, look. How could this show up twice a week on the internet and not have a harem? What? I just want to know if you were part of it or not. Now, you got to buy a shirt to be part of it. I'm sorry. That's the only requirement. There's nothing else you have to do. Yeah, so Mrs. Big Rig, if you got yourself a shirt, I just want to know if it was a harem shirt or just you part of the crew shirt. All right. Because you could be David Hemphill, one of us. Oh, my God. Mrs. Big is a harem girl, then she already had a shirt. There we go. Got a harem shirt. That's it. what's with the halo? You know, Mrs. Big Rig, I know a little bit about you. You know what's holding up that halo is two horns. Don't lie. You lie to your friends and I'll lie to mine, but let's not lie to each other. Another subscriber dropping in, and he stayed. Look at that. Defiantly, he's staying. All right. So where are we? Bum, 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 bum. I don't even know if Daniel's in here. If you guys see Daniel in here for any reason, please somebody scream and let me know because I want to point him out. I need you guys to see him. If he's in here, that would be great if we could just all tell him thank you. Josh Maddox, hello. Hello, Nation. Josh, you're late. You're going to go in the penalty box for being late. No, Gen X is building a penalty box. You're going to have to go sit in it. Brian Clellan ain't got a lie to kick here. All right. Well, you don't. Good. Then you're all right then. Eric Leroy, staggering and late. Hello to all you degenerates. Eric, let me get your undivided attention, comma, motherfucker. Look what's behind you. Look at that. Look at that. Eric Leroy. That guy, Eric Leroy, has been around a long time. And that motherfucker comes in, the first thing he does, the date's wrong. You guys remember when the date always used to be wrong, a day or two or three off, or wrong numbers because one of my grandkids played with it? Eric would always come in, hey, dude, Eric comes in and he says, hey, man, I don't know what's going on around here, but you got the fucking date wrong. And nothing else really matters until the date gets fixed. And so fuck it. And where's the date? That was Eric Leroy coming in all the time with that shit. But recently, in the last like 6 or 8 weeks, Gen X Mom has been so pissed that Eric Leroy calls her out on that. She's done it every fucking day. Oh, Eric Leroy has shaped the conversation at Gen X Talks. Oh, my God. Oh, Miss Liz says, I was Elizabeth. I used the Harem Girl shirt to make patches for my bowling outfit. Miss Liz, you cut up a harem shirt? What? Miss Liz used a Harem Girl shirt to make patches for her bowling outfit. Whew. I gotta tell you, that hurts a little bit. I didn't see that coming. Miss Liz is our only moderator in here tonight. I hate having to sacrifice people. I saw Joe versus the volcano. I know exactly what that means. But Miss Liz, I'm sorry. Miss Liz has now been put in a timeout. That is the first time in the history of the internet that a moderator has been put in a timeout. That thought has never even crossed my mind until the moment she uttered the words that convinced me that she crucified and sacrificed a harem shirt for a bowling event. I know I just lost my moderator. I know. I'm winging it. I feel it. I'm naked. When Miss Liz left the sheets, I'm naked. I feel it. A little liberating, but still very lonely. Not so comforting. I put Miss Liz into the woodshed. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you about that shit. I've never had a thing like that in my life. I've never felt more betrayed, heartbroken over a woman that I used to love with all my heart. And I feel right now. I got to tell you, it's going to take a minute. Tiffany Mims, maybe it is now a sexy version of a harem shirt for private use. If she sends me a picture to my phone in that respect, I'd believe you. But you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, we have to take a break. I need to collect my thoughts. This has been a donkey punch to the balls, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm over it. I'm feeling pretty good about my place in the universe now. Just want you to know that I'm okay. Eric Leroy, bombs away. Oh, he's going to get him right now because the jar cleared when we refilled it. Here goes. Here's some peaches, baby. God, I was hoping you'd get rid of a couple of 2 bears. No 2 bears gone. Fuck it. Well, what are we going to do? All right, I'm going to see here. Pissy Missy sent me a personal message. We're going to have to get back to her later, but the room's shut, so she can't go in there and talk. All right, so that was a long time ago, so we're good. And Miss Liz has not sent me a picture. So, Tiffany Mims, I think you're grasping at straws there. I think you're grasping at straws. All right, so we're done. Yeah. Owen Robertson's a donkey punch to the balls. That's bad, isn't it? You know what that is. That's when a donkey kicks you like that. He kicks you right in your nutsack. Pissy Missy, Stephen Depp with the OnlyFans woodshed shirt is mine. Sorry. Oh, Mrs. Ford will and she can cut it up. I don't know, Mrs. Ford. I'm taking that just it's heartbreaking news. It really is. Daniel Leonard, 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it, let's go. Daniel wants to get on with the show. Daniel Leonard says, let's fucking go. All right. R&R Noel. No, I'm not okay. I'm deeply upset right now. Oh, my God. All right, so where were we? We had some pictures left here. Let's move back to the picture section, everybody. All right, so we got 2 Bears sneaky camera. We got the group before. We got the sneaky video. We showed that. All right, I'm gonna tell you something here, and you need to pay attention. I actually debated with Allie and a little bit with Lion tonight if I should even bring this up. But it has a happy ending. Now, I don't know if Lamar is watching tonight. I don't know if his wife is watching tonight. But I want to tell you a story, what happened that night. And everybody saw. Everybody was there. And it's about this beautiful young lady. So let's take another drink right now. Raise a glass to, I think her name was Jamia. I'm saying it wrong. It's a beautiful name, and I'm fucking it all up. I'm butchering it badly. That's right, Mrs. Fort Watton, Mrs. Baconator herself. But she did have another name that was, it was divine. All right, here we go. You guys have to hear the story. I didn't tell the story before. I'm going to tell it now. Okay. Woo! All right. So, Lamar, thank you guys. Tori, Cabo, Josh, Nail Lover, Scott. That's the people that care. That's some stuff going on with my drinking. Wise and Oak, Marvelous Miss Miranda, Jake. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't leave me hanging like that. Doug Vanderhoop got a glass for me too. And Kamet, which we don't talk to Kamet no more because his voice is cooler than mine. Fuck that guy. He can leave. All right, Raphael. All right, so here we go. Everybody was drinking that night. Pretty much everybody was hammered, having a good time. Everybody's drinking except for the drivers. And this woman had been hanging out with everybody. Really hadn't spent much time with me at all. I had done some stuff, work in the room, and I'd gone live 3 times trying to get some interest from you guys in the audience out there. And then they were getting ready to leave, which was one of those 30-minute goodbyes. You know what those are. You guys have done them yourself, or you've had them done to you. You guys get these long goodbyes that last forever. She was hammered. I had no idea how drunk she was. And she's a beautiful, I mean, when I tell you she's a gorgeous woman, I mean her skin, her face, she smelled so nice. The clothes she was wearing, I mean, she was a perfect, what did Lionheart call her? He had a great description. Oh, Cleopatra. Yes. That was a good description. The way she carried herself, the way she looked at it, the way she walked around was like Cleopatra. It was divine. He's not wrong on that. Lion had a great description because I was trying to get into words, and Lion goes, yeah, she's like Cleopatra. He's right. He was absolutely right. So, anyway, she was making her rounds and saying goodbye to everybody. And Regal, Daniel, yes, Regal is another good one. And have a great night. Nail Lover, you leaving? What's going on, sister? I'm trying to get some stuff done here. If you got to go, you got to go. But it bothers me, Nail Lover, that you got to leave. Tier 1 for you. All right. So she comes around to me, and she just, I'm sitting in my chair, and she kind of spins me and looks, and she's leaning down, and now I can tell she's ripped out of her fucking mind, which I love in a woman. Thank you very much if you can drink. And she says, I really want to thank you for everything you did. And this goes on and on with these words and these thunders. And she's getting closer and closer. And she's just doing that thing where she's like, just getting really comfortable the closer she gets. And she kind of gets up there, and she starts with my shoulders and to my neck and then up to my face. And now she got me like this. She's just right there. And she goes, I love you. I just love everything you've done for us. I just need you to know from the bottom of my heart, I love you so much. And I was like, yeah, that's really fucking cool. Thank you, you know. And then her eyes just kind of settle in. And she's got me by the face. And we're almost nose to nose. And I knew she was going to kiss me. I knew it was coming. She going to lay the Mac Daddy 5-minute French long kiss that I've ever had in my goddamn life. I can feel it coming. So I said out loud when we were this close, she's right here. Now, Heidi, I'm looking at my like this, and Heidi's next to me trying to get her camera so fast, trying to get the camera. I'm like, no, don't do that. And Heidi's fumbling. Where the fuck is my camera? She's right next to me. And this girl, when I tell you her whole body settled in, it just kind of sank a half an inch like, here we go. I'm ready. And so she's saying all these things. We're nose to nose. She's got my face pressed like this with her hands right here. And I said out loud, well, here it comes. I said it. I don't know why I said it out loud. I could tell what was going on. I wasn't as hammered. I knew it was coming. And so I said it. I said, well, here it comes. She didn't blink an eye. She just had that reserved look like she was happy to be where she was, that she made a bunch of new friends. She was drinking. Her whole body was warm and comfy, and everything was good. It didn't matter what I was saying. It didn't matter what I was thinking. She just had settled in that she was having a great moment in her life. That just where she was with the whole thing. Now, I need you guys to know I made a mistake that night with her. I did. This is partially my fault. I made a mistake. I left this turned up almost all the way. Now, I know. Now, other women have built up a tolerance, a resistance, if you will, a defense mechanism, but this woman didn't know me. I was there for an event, and I left this turned up almost all the way. What did I expect? Who can blame her? I mean, you really going to get mad at a girl? She didn't know what hit her. She didn't know what was coming. I forgot to turn it down. And all of a sudden, there we were. Now, I want you to know there was a couple moments where I took the baseball bat and I swung at the fastball. Tried to hit it. I got a foul ball both times. The first one, as she was sucking into this moment, I said, you know, your husband over there, Lamar's a great guy. And she got mad. I said, okay, well, I won't bring him up again. And then said, my last one, as this moment was approaching, I swung at another fastball. And I said, yeah, my wife right here thinks that you guys are pretty awesome. My wife right here. Now, the problem is that she looks over at Gen X Mom, and Gen X Mom goes, whatever. Just turned away. She was sitting right next to me, turned her back like, yeah, fuck it. I'm like, God damn it. Yeah, well, yeah, she kissed me. So there you go. And what was funny, I didn't even know this happened. Lionheart, that dude is all over the fucking map and one of the coolest fucking motherfuckers I know. And he goes, yeah, she was up top with you guys and she grabbed Gen Z kid had him on his tippy toes, trying to pull him up over to kiss him, and was giving him the exact same rundown she gave you. And I went, no fucking way. He goes, yeah. I go, then what happened? Did she tell him that she loved him? She goes, oh yeah. She goes, I love you. I go, what did he say? Now, you got to imagine Gen Z kid, 16, never been approached by a beautiful woman like this ever. She's pulling him up by the arms, got him up, coming up over the edge on his toes, and gets in close. I love you. I go, what did he say? And Lion goes, he looked at her straight in the eye and goes, okay. I'm telling you that oh my God, that was so. And then I'm telling you, I want to tell you something right now. I'm going to tell you something right now. This woman was so beautiful. She was so divine. She was so elegant, and she was so comfortable in her surroundings. If you guys would have let this go on for another 20 minutes, I'd have fucking left with her, and no one would have ever seen either one of us ever again. We'd have been living on a beach naked in Hawaii for the rest of our lives. She is that perfect of a woman. She's absolutely stunningly gorgeous. She's young. She has perfect skin. She smelled so nice. She was dressed so well. She spoke so eloquently. I mean, and there's a bunch of guys drinking in the bowling alley. What do you want us to do? She was absolutely stunning. Lamar is one of the luckiest guys I know. I have no idea if they're watching this. I don't think that they even like who we are as a Gen X Talks program. I don't think we align with a lot of things that we think and say. But for that night with that woman, there's the highest compliment that I can pay someone is like, yeah, you let this shit go 5 minutes more, you're not going to see what's going to happen. You ain't going to like it, but it's going to fucking happen. Now let's go. So everything maintained itself. And then from me, she moved on to Heidi. She moved right over to Heidi and was doing the same thing to her. I'm looking for my camera. Heidi's going, don't. Now, I happened to be sitting there, and she did the same thing to Two Bear's wife. Now, I got to show you a picture of Two Bear's wife. I know Two Bear's listening, and I don't know how much of this his wife remembers or he remembers. Hold on. No. You got to see this one. Hold on. Let me find it. Let's see. It's a group of Scott. It's a plaque. It's a episode. Need a haircut. Don't need a haircut. Showed him the haircut. Dance going live. I did that. Lamar's wife. I got that one. Two Bear Live sponsor page. Dinner at bottom. Come on. There we go. Okay. So that's Trippy. I told you that I already showed you the best picture of Trippy. I wasn't fucking lying. Trippy was sitting two seats away from me, and we fucking hung out the whole night with 2 seats away. Trippy just wants to be there. Trippy's that dude who fits in quietly, and you can never really prove if he was there or not. If there was no pictures, you'd never know if he was there. But that motherfucker saw everything. All right. The woman behind him is Two Bear's wife. Now, I got to drink another one for the rest of the story. So, Two Bear's wife, I think, was sitting next to me behind Heidi, or she, you know when you hug two people and they kind of fall down a little bit, they lower. Something happened because I looked to my left, and she was right here. And she wasn't, at me. She was pointing the other way, but we were talking. And Mrs. Baconator had done the same thing with me and kissed her. And I thought, oh, Mrs. Two Bear is going to flip the fuck out. Mrs. Two Bear was fucking the coolest chick you'd ever seen. She goes, well, that was surprisingly pleasant. And then moved on. Or she maybe got the words wrong. It was something very close to that. And I was like, what did you just... And she could have flipped out and ruined the whole evening, and she didn't. Heidi could have spun sideways and ruined the whole night, and she didn't. I could have... And there was no reason to. Do you understand the thing? It was perfect, and it was beautiful, and it was wonderful. It was just a person who was in their element and their vibe and running around, and apparently I was not special. I thought I was. But Two Bear's wife had the best response of the night. Maybe next to the kid, Gen Z kid, where he goes, okay. That might have been the only thing. But that's how the evening went when they left. And I'm telling you that Lamar and his wife were, as Lion says, or as you said in here, regal. Very regal. Cleopatra-esque. I'm telling you, it was something. I'm telling you, it was just... It was one of those things. The whole scene lasted 8 minutes and it was over. Out of the whole 4 hours. Don't act like it was the whole thing. Don't act like we were all running around in a Roman orgy. We were not. But I will tell you that that's some stuff that happened there. That's why I had a drink to tell you a story. Yeah. All right. What did I miss? Oh, what did I miss? Mike Perkins says that's a California thing going on. Allie's here. Steven, the man only gives the facts, give or take a lie or two. What was Steven questioning my sincerity on the matter? I've only had 11 drinks, and there's a Steven looking for Steven. Steven, so us at Allie, really a felon and can't travel? Oh, Steven. Okay, now I get what you're saying there. Steven's talking to Allie about why she couldn't be there. J-Dog, sorry I didn't know you were so soft, Steven. Oh, my God. Is someone beating up? Come on, fucking. Whoever's in here fucking around, grow some thick skin and grow up. That's exactly how it happened, give or take a lie or two. I quoted it verbatim. I was there. I was in the middle of this mess, man. I saw what was going on through whiskey-colored goggles. It was exactly how it happened, give or take a lie or two. Oh. Yes, Mrs. Fort Watton, Mrs. Two Bear is beautiful, and she's talented, and she's smart. I have no idea what lies Two Bear told her to get her to marry him, but kudos to my man Two Bear, because he scored. Oh, she's lovely. She's absolutely... I've met her on several occasions now, and I couldn't be more proud of Two Bear. Well done, sir. Well fucking done. All right, what am I at? The kid's still at his retreat thing. Let's see, am I missing some important stuff here? Okay, so we go there, talking about that. And I may have to put Miss Liz in another timeout. I got no pictures from her. That's the way this is going to go. I'm in charge around here. Fucker just got to go. Daniel, Dan Participation Trophy Generation. All right, so that's... just so you guys know, that's how some of those things went. Should we go back to the pictures and go back to the stories, or should we move on? Let's get back to the pictures and stories, all right? I want to live on the screen, but I have no choice. Now I've been drinking a little bit. I'm going to drink a little bit more right now. I'm going to steal a shot right now because I can. We'll take another shot right here. Drink it up, baby. Going down, going once, going twice, going 3 times. Normally I say, count to 3, go on 2. 1, 2... That's a Bill Murray thing if you don't know. Count to 3, go on 2. Throws the enemy off. Not that you're the enemy, but somebody is. All right. So we got Two Bear Sneaky Camera. We got the group before Gen X Mom. Two Bear Sneaky motherfucking video. We'll go back to that one right there again. This is Lamar, the Baconator, and Two Bear's extremely hot wife. And this is Lamar, and this is at the beginning. He's already a couple drinks in. I'm sitting just to the left of the screen right there. This is where we all were. That empty seat is not really empty. You can see, I think you can see Trippy's in that chair right there. But this was a picture. We talked about Mrs. Baconator. We got that. And you know who shows up? Two Bear shows up. Now, you guys know I've been making fun of Two Bear because of his little ice cube looking thing. Two Bear, cheap, $2 Chuck Two Bear, $2 Two Bear, cheap Two Bear. You know, I threw out all the bullshit I could. Two Bear's none of those things, but I'm fucking with him just because it's an easy target. So he brings me some whiskey. Guess what kind of whiskey he thought I deserved? Yep. That's what he got me. You see the logo at the top? The Two Bear logo? He teased me about that shit and had his wife make up a deal for me right there. And I've been busting his balls for a couple weeks about him being in the glass, the glass that's right above us up here, in the jar, about his cheap-ass $2 Chuck Two Bear logo thing. And he brings me this in a big pink wrapper where it's in front of everybody, and everybody knows I got this cheap-ass whiskey. That's what he felt I deserved. Fucking Two Bear. Two Bear, I love you, man. Brother, that was the funniest thing. And if you don't think it's true, I'm drinking it right fucking now. I got it right with me. I'm not shitting you. That's the gig, man. Two Bear, I'd raise a glass to you, but I'm already fucking hammered. All right. Now let's get serious for a minute. For just 30 seconds, maybe less, because that's all I have the tolerance for seriousness. This is Gen Z kids' publicity shot for that night. This is the picture that Gen X mom took that she circulated to the family, that she put out to everyone. A nice, wholesome young man with the bowling ball in the background, the smile, the hair. I mean, let's face it. That kid can probably turn it down, but he probably can't turn it off all the way. And that's my boy. That's my son. That's Gen X Talks himself, the CEO of Destruction. That is the publicity shot, as we call it around here. All right. We did Low Torque and Lion having pizza. We'll show it again. This is making all the ladies get a little bit happy. This is Low Torque and Lion, and in the back turning away is Two Bear. So you got the trifecta. You got them all, baby, right there. You got all three. I don't want to hear a bunch of shit from any of you. I just showed it to you again. There's food. Now, there's candy from Miss Liz. There's C's Candy. There's pizza. There's alcohol. And there's these three men right here. Now, you guys need to take a screenshot of that before I take it off. You can have some alone time with it later, but I'm turning it off right now. All right. Oh, my God. All right. Would you guys like to know about one of the highlights of my evening? All right. I'll tell you the story. Sit back and relax for a minute. You're going to type a bunch of shit. Just listen to this. This was one of the highlights of my evening. All right. So Steve Garvey was the main Dodger was there. That is the old man on the right, Steve Garvey, as we all know. Now, his son, Ryan Garvey, was also a baseball player, played 4.5 years for the Colorado Rockies, good, solid player, had a medical condition, took him out of the major leagues, and he's doing some really cool stuff in the medical field now. But I was there because of his dad. Now, this, if you knew what a young Steve Garvey looked like, I actually, before, I told you the Garveys were playing right next to us. And I'm sitting there before we're going to say, come here, man. I waved to him. He's like, me? I said, yeah, you, come here. So I waved him over. I said, look, if you're not Steve Garvey's son, I'm an asshole because he looks just like him. He goes, I am. And we start talking. I introduced myself, and I told him my name and told him who he was. And I said, yeah, you're Steve Garvey's son. And he says, yeah, I played for the Rockies. I did some stuff, did some things. I said, well, what happened after baseball? And we're talking. And I'm asking about him. I'm not sitting there oogling over his dad, which I normally do. But I was actually interested in what Ryan Garvey was doing with his life and where he'd gone and the things he'd experienced. And we were talking, and all of a sudden, you can ask, I think Lion was sitting right there. Might have been Two Bear also, but Lion was for sure there. All of a sudden, this dude stops. He was telling me a story about stem cell research. And he goes, wait a minute. You're Gen X Talks. I'm like, well, yeah, I told you that in the beginning. No, you're the guys. I follow you guys on TikTok. You're the guys who the kid comes in to your workshop and bugs you about shit, and I go, yeah, that's the thing. He goes, wait a second, I can't believe you. I can't believe you're here. I gotta call my brother. I gotta get my brother down here right now. No. He goes, calls him on his phone. He goes, no, you gotta come down right now. They're here. The guys at Gen X Talks on TikTok. Now there's a guy who's here, and it became a little family event of him fanboying us. I gotta tell you, if my head wasn't big enough already, it absolutely made my day. That, because of my connection with Steve Garvey and this moment with his son, where that was one of the coolest cat I've met in years and years and years. Not just because of his dad and not because of the baseball career and the stuff he's doing. It was the whole package and how humble the guy was and how great the guy was. And then all of a sudden to have him stop himself dead in his tracks, he's like, holy shit, you're Gen X Talks. I'm like, well, yeah, I mentioned that to you in the beginning. I was keeping it a secret, got the shirt on, and it was a moment I'll never forget because that was the first time someone of that caliber has actually recognized us. Briggs, the kid, walks over and he's like, "You're the kid. You're Gen Z kid." He's like, "I'm here and I'm the kid," and he's going. It was great. It was a good time. So just letting you know that stuff right there, and we did the plaque on the wall. That was a moment for me. Come on, you guys got to give me that. You guys got to give me a moment. You do. That was for me. That was something special. That didn't happen all the time, and it never happens at an event like that. We're always batting cleanup on stuff like that, and then all of a sudden this guy comes along, and he's somebody, and we're a bunch of nobodies, and then it was a thing. It was really a fucking thing. All right. So now I'm catching back up. I'm over here. I hate. Thank you for listening to the story. Everybody else in the comment section is talking about their own shit. They're not even paying attention to me anymore. And thank you. I hate. You deserve something special, my man. Thank you for listening to that. Thank you. Now, Comment is in there, and I'm thanking him. It's a true story. I never would give Comment a compliment ever, but I have to now because he's paying attention. Two Bear, no, I didn't see that. You posted on Discord, maybe in food porn. We're talking about food porn right now? What did Two Bear say that was so fucking important that everybody had to quit listening to my story and talk about? Ah, damn it. I don't even know what it was. I can't even scroll back far enough. Two Bear. Miss For What, did you notice the bottom of the bottle? It says bottled by Peaches. Wow. That's what we're stopping for? And now Tomash is giving Allie money? Oh my God, he's right. I never even noticed that. On the bottom of the bottle, this fucked up mess of Two Bears. Closing time leftovers distilled by Felony Flats, bottled by Peaches. What the fuck? Nightbot joined the Legion. Thank you, Nightbot. Appreciate that, buddy. Nightbot is now part of the Legion of X. Thank you very much for that. Now, Mrs. Four, you don't got to worry about it being posted. I did it for you. I went back and found the thing. All right, that's at the bottom of the Two Bears bottle. That miserable fucking cheap-ass whiskey. Oh, for God's sakes. Yeah, and I know you didn't ask me to stop, but when Mrs. Four, when I stop telling a story and I look over and you guys are having your own conversation, I don't want to miss anything. I want to feel part of things. I want to jump in there and see what's going on. I want to feel part of it. And Mrs. Four says, we didn't tell you to stop. Everything's okay. And then she goes, Two Bear, go ahead and post that anyway, please. If you guys are not a bunch of extras, I don't know who ever will be. Oh, my fucking God. Oh, Mrs. Four, Two Bear, you guys are something else, I'll tell you. I love both of you. I love both of you too much. And, I have an affinity for all of you guys that spend time watching us. You guys know that. I try to read comments when I'm not telling stories. I try to remember everybody's name that I can, and it's difficult when I do different shows on different platforms, but I give my very best effort for that, and you guys all know that. Like Tomash jumps in with $6 in general Elizabeth. I try to remember everybody in a unique way. For your contributions or how you say things, your sarcasm, the timing you guys have. Dravy85, sorry to hear about your dad, Night Owl. That's talking back and forth. And that's the other thing. You guys all talk back and forth. I tease you about it, but you guys care. You guys know. You guys feel things. You guys talk. That's something that doesn't happen everywhere. It does not happen in a lot of chat rooms, but it does here. It's a big thing for me. It really is. But I want to tell you something else that they're, of course, the people that have been, holy shit, that fucking cleaned house. You guys know that as much as I tried to remember every name and try to read every comment I can, there's certain names that stick out over the past couple years that have been faithfully by our sides, donated, helped out the kid, helped out the causes. There's always seemed to be something going on. Something needed to be improved or taken care of, and you guys were always fucking there. And there's certain names that stick in you. It just does. And I'd hate to say who they are, because then by default you're leaving people out. And I don't want that either. But there's a bunch of you who know who you are that I have a connection with, not just in here, but in the chat room, that we talk and we say things and we have a connection. It's weird and it's unregistered, but it's real. It is. It's a real thing, and I thank you guys for it. I'm going to drink right now to all of you extras because I'm having a sentimental moment where I'm very appreciative of who you guys are as a group and where you guys have taken Gen X Talks for my son. Gen X Talks wouldn't be anything without you guys. Nothing. I know you think that me sitting in front of the camera makes a difference. Well, a little. But I can sit in front of a camera and fucking talk all day. But if no one's there to raise a glass with me, it doesn't count. And this is to everyone who is an extra, without an E. as Mrs. Ford just said. This is to all of you that are part of the Legion of X. This is to all of us that are part of the bottom of the glass nation, because the truth and the stories are at the bottom of the glass. This is to all of you that completely get fucked up and you still have enough strength and courage to fucking turn on the cameras and turn on the screens and participate. Not just here, but in the chat rooms, because that's where we go after we're done. It's the after party. Thank you guys for being part of this. Thank you guys for supporting my son and his endeavor for the past 2 years of doing this. It wouldn't be anything without you. And we know that. This is to you guys. This drink is to the bottom of the glass nation. This drink is to the extras. Dravy says there will always be at least one of us raising a glass with you. That much I do know to be true. No matter fucking what. No matter what, there's always going to be me and one other person. I'm not going to be alone. As long as one of you guys can still draw a breath, I will be here. And so will you. Holy Ozone says, you're the man, keep it up, General. I don't remember that name, Holy Ozone, from saying much of anything, and that motherfucker just turned my whole screen yellow. My man, if I hadn't just drank one, I'd drink one to you right now. Holy Ozone, $10, keeping it up, General. Dewey Osborne, that name I do know. $5 whiskey for you, General. Cheers, brother. Thank you, Dewey. Just drank with you right there. And I'm sure there's a host of people raising a glass. If I scrolled back, there'd be a ton of it. Yep, and there it all is. I wouldn't even be able to say every name, because those are the motherfuckers that remember that when I raise a glass, just to put a glass up there on the screen. And you know what's really funny? Most of you actually raise a physical glass when I do it. Now, there's a ton of you in here, and I'm looking over here. There's a ton of you that'll put the drink glasses and the clinks and the beer goggles and all the shit. I got that. I love that. But do you realize there's a certain crowd that actually physically fucking raises a glass the same time I do? Do you guys fucking know how cool that is? That blows my fucking mind on how connected we are. Thank you. I'll never be able to say the word thank you loud enough or long enough for that. Oh, my God. All right, what am I missing here? What am I fucking missing? Now I'm missing some shit, and I don't want to. Nightbot's talking. Nightbot's got the coolest fucking logo. I dig that. I don't normally like logos that just have lettering in it. It didn't. But Nightbot's just fits. It fucking is clean. It's smooth. Joey's back in here. Well, that was the first gifted membership. What? I didn't see that one. I must have missed that. Welcome, Tina Owen Robinson. Of course we do. Elizabeth Rojas. It's God, my screen's jumping right now. I'm trying to read your stuff. Trying to fucking read it, and it's not going. And I know I got two girls between the sheets. I know I got Miss Liz and I don't know what I'm doing there. All right. Let me go back to the event picture, and let me see what I missed here. Hold on now. Did we get everything? We did the sponsor page. Did everybody see the sponsor page? This is where we got to go, and we got to take pictures on the red carpet, telling who we are and what we were doing. That one's good there. We talked about dinner out. Did I even show the picture from left to right? That is the kid, Gen Z kid, Lionheart, Miss Liz, dead center, Two Bear holding his hand up and leaning into the picture, pretending she's somebody is Gen X mom. And then my big fat ass took the picture that time. And everybody raised their hand because I tricked them into doing it. And then I sent that picture to a bunch of people and different people and said, we voted you out. And they didn't even know what they were voted out for. But it was a funny picture nonetheless. That's the scene in the beginning before it got a little darker where we were at with Lamar and the Baconator and the whole thing. Yeah, now you know that. So I got one that says, oh, Trip, you got that one? Oh, this one's a little disturbing. I tried very hard to find a picture of Two Bear, just a regular picture of Two Bear, not holding a fucking beer. Do you know how impossible that turned out to be? Every goddamn picture was of Two Bear holding a fucking beer. Dare I say, sometimes two beers. Now, I went through every picture that was submitted to me by everybody there. And a couple pictures, you cannot see him holding a beer, but you can also not see one of his hands. It's behind a person. It's behind a counter. He's holding it in front of him, and it's a shot from the back. You can't clearly tell. Finding a picture of Two Bear not holding a beer is kind of like looking for Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster. You kind of get a grainy, distant picture through the faded annals of time and trees and people and the crowds, and you can't really tell. But in the end, you're uncertain. Nobody believes you that he didn't have a beer. But the man drove, so he had to have had two hands on the wheel at some point, didn't he? I don't know. I'm telling you, it was a weird gig. And then we had Low Torque and Liz, who demanded I take this picture, and I didn't know why. Like, what the fuck, man? What are we doing? And we got back-to-back strikes. I want to tell you, Low Torque is the fucking worst bowler I've ever seen. I could shit out a bowling ball, and it would get more pins knocked down than him throwing one. That's a true story. But for some reason, the scoreboard said he and Liz got back-to-back strikes. Now, Liz is a good bowler. Ooh, she did very well. Liz was wonderful the whole night. She could drink, she could solve problems, she could bowl. She was the entire package for us. Oh, yes. Love Liz. Low Torque? Low Torque only got good at bowling after you gave him a bunch of beers. Like all men, he got better at his sport when he was hammered. But this wasn't when he was hammered. And I finally said, how did he fucking get a strike? Because it's up there on the board. And Gen Z kid walks up and goes, oh, because the scoreboard's fucked up. And it's not recording things right. Hasn't been recording things right all night. All right. Just so you know, yeah. Now, for those of you who haven't seen this yet, I need to show this to the bottom of the Glass Nation. I don't think I've shown it. This is a completely switching gears, changing parameters. This is going to fuck all of you up. But this is important. So I think we should drink. All right, let's take a drink. Got my drink right now. I'm going to drink, you're going to drink, and then I'm going to show you one of the coolest, most respectable things that I've seen in a very long time. To a woman, a lady who deserves much more than she will ever get. But this little token is a step in the right direction. Oh, wasn't that a good teaser? Wasn't that a good teaser? Stop typing. Start fucking listening. All right, here we go. RJG. RJG is a fucking wonderful supporter of the program. That man, he doesn't just donate financially or with comments or with time. He graphic art puts together some pictures. He did the bus, the infamous bus. Do you remember the bus? The Gen X Talks bottom of the Glass Nation bus going over the cliff. One of the best things we've seen. He's done a bunch of those stuff. This one is for the bookkeeper. This one is for Mrs. Forwatton. This one is his depiction of Mrs. Forwatton's study as she frantically writes notes, keeping track of everything and every person since the dawn of time. I present to you the study. I may even make that bigger so you guys can see it and cover my dumb ass up. This is the study. This is Mrs. Forwatton's room with sticky notes. It is. Do you guys see that on her desk is a jar of peaches? This, do you see in the background on the wall is the bus, the original picture? Do you see on the wall hanging on the shelf is a harem shirt? RJG, one of the coolest fucking cats I know. He is an extra. He is a member. He is a subscriber. He goes back in time so far with this program. He is a great supporter, not only just of Gen X Talks, but of my family too. He does great things for all of us, and he made this the other day, and I absolutely shit a fucking purple Twinkie when I saw it. What a beautiful rendition to do for Mrs. Four, the bookkeeper, and the thousands of I just wish I could read all the sticky notes. I think Laura was the one. Laura and I went, what did the sticky notes say? We wanted to zoom in. We wanted that detail. I can't tell you how great this is that he did this. This has been around for a few days now. And I was just sharing it with the bottom of the Glass Nation here. It's been on Patreon. No. Patreon members got to see it. Lunchbox members on Facebook got to see it. It's been out a little bit, but I don't think I've shown this on the bottom of the Glass Nation. And if I did, fuck off. I'm showing it again. It's that great. This is one of the fucking best things ever. It's absolutely awesome. So, how do I know the jar has peaches? What else would Dave Laporta? How do you know the jar has peaches? Because it's fucking peaches, man. It's Mrs. Four. How does it not have peaches? And I dig the chairs, and then her chair is a little bit taller, a little bit more throne-like, with a little bit more detail and decoration. Oh, just exactly as I would picture Mrs. Four. The only thing that's different about this picture than none of you thought, and I'm sure none of you are picturing this until I say something. I'm just letting you know, in my brain, in my stupid pea brain, I have seen too much Wild Wild West when I was a kid with Robert Conrad. And yes, I saw the Will Smith. This looks like one of those train cars. This looks like a car of a train in the TV series The Wild Wild West. To me, it does. It just fits. And I know it's not. I know it's a study, but it just fits. And Mrs. Four, this was for you from RJG. I don't give him instructions. I don't give him hints or clues. The man just ebbs and flows with the moon and the tides on what he sees in the program. And he came up with this all on his own. No woman in here more deserving than a picture than you, Mrs. Four. And RJG, what a fabulous, fabulous thing you've done. Thank you for doing that for all of us. I'm telling you, everybody who knows this show, everybody who knows this program, especially the bottom of the glass nation, tell me this doesn't fit your expectations. Everyone needs to tip their hat to RJG. I don't think he's in here tonight, but what a fucking brilliant design. The detail. Thank you so much, RJG. I'll never be able to thank you enough for that. Thank you. All right. What else are we at? We did that. We got the stuff. Did you guys all go see the podcast? Liz, if you and Allie could put up the podcast, both of you. I don't care if you both put them up separately. Who cares? They go up twice. That's good for me. I'm good. But this was the cover picture of the latest podcast. You guys asked hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of questions. You did. And I answered mine. I interviewed myself. I said your guys' name when it was appropriate. And I did my questions and I did all my answers. That was part one. That was out 2 weeks ago. Last week was part two, the kid. I interviewed him. I asked him all of your questions. Got some very profound answers from the kid also. Stuff I didn't expect from Gen Z. And the third one, part three, the one you've been waiting for this whole time, just dropped a couple of days ago. And this is Gen X Moms. And I had to label it adult content because there was a few questions that got pretty personal, and she answered them. She did. She didn't mind. It went there. I'll tell you a funny story. I was telling the Facebook crowd today. So the podcast goes out. I tell you that it's got some adult content, right? I tell you that Gen X Moms questions, and that was, I think I got it to drop on Monday during the middle of the day. I was late. Monday during the middle of the day. So Monday night comes around, and her brother, her older brother, and sister-in-law, they were calling or texting, one of the two. And they were like, so, who was your first kiss? Who'd you practice kissing on? You practiced on a boy in the neighborhood? Her brother, very protective. Who is this motherfucker? Who was fucking kissing you at 11 years old or 12 years old? It was another 11-year-old boy or something. You know, it was something like, he was like, well, what the fuck? And so Gen X Mom comes down the stairs. She gets to the top of the stairs. I'm sitting in my chair over there. I said, what? What are you upset about? She goes, the podcast came out. Yeah. My brother listened to it. So? She says, well, now he knows I wasn't a virgin on my wedding night. That actually gave me a moment of pause. I went, what? Do you understand that my family listened to this? And now my brother, who I love dearly, knows I wasn't a virgin on my wedding night? I didn't know what to think, so I just replied. I said, well, just you can remind him, neither was he. So? That was apparently the wrong fucking answer to give. I'm telling you, she came down those stairs like her legs were made of stone. They clanked those stairs and bent those stairs and broke. I'm telling you, I thought she was going to go right through. She came down, got in my face, and gave me what for like you'd never seen anyone. And she was not happy with my answer. No, 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 not at all. But I'm telling you, it was funny. I was there. It was funny. There was a lot of ramifications that came from that. And then one of the questions at the very end, she skirted around the topic of Dr. McDreamy. And you guys asked. So there's some personal stuff in there. There's some stuff that'll make you teary-eyed. There is. She didn't hold back. You'll hear me. I had to stop her a couple times, going, okay, you're going down the rabbit hole. We'll get to that. She was very unashamed, and just told you guys she answered every question you guys asked. We may do that one again for part 2, but she was very good about it. Just so you know, good stuff in there. All right, I'm back. R&R Noel, who wasn't a virgin. There's lots of people that get married and they're virgins the night they get married. Noel, it's true. I am one of them. R&R Noel, with your little Simpsons character. I might take offense to what you're saying there. I've been married 3 times, and I want you to know, as a matter of, I want to put it on the record, as a matter of record, I was a virgin the first time I got married. I was. And the second and third time also. So, an R&R Noel, if you're going to ask that question, who wasn't a virgin, I want to stand proudly in the category that I was a virgin when I first got married. It's true. And if my wife was here, my first marriage, my wife was here, she'd let you know that. It was a very awkward, uncomfortable, but lovely situation we were both in. Yeah. Okay, so Dave, why would you claim to be a virgin? Seriously, Gen X, not a V thing often? It's just personal preference. J-Dog, I'm from Cali, been homeless for 24 years now. Got an interview for a job. J-Dog, you're homeless? In Minnesota, lost all my family 30 years ago. Hope I finally land a job. 0 jobs in California. Man, J-Dog, I had no idea. Man, I'm pulling for you. You got to let me know directly, or the rest of us, you have to. Wisenoak, I found a rabbit hole in my backyard when I was young. I don't want to know. Joey, been around forever. I was driving home from work when I heard you ask that question. I knew exactly Dr. McDreamy. Some of you do. Some of you had actually seen pictures of him too. But that's a rare occasion when we shared that. Where am I at with stuff here? My screen jumped on that. What was with all the bullshit bells? Mrs. Four, a bullshit bell. Michael Chaney, a bullshit bell. Cactus J, a bullshit bell. Dravy, Dawson, wow. Tori Randolph is in here, and she's now a member, I see. Tori Randolph has known me my entire life. Tori would tell you, Tori would attest to the fact that I was an upstanding young man, and I was a virgin when I first got married, and she would attest to the fact of my maturity, and she would attest to the fact of my sincerity, and my virginity. She would. She absolutely knows me from back when I was 13 years old and has known me my whole life. And she would say, yes, this man was a virgin almost all of his life. Tori Randolph. Ask her, she'll tell you. What am I missing here? I saw a bunch of stuff. Devin SS. Tori Randolph, I was hoping to be the first gifted member, but I'm glad I lost to you. Well deserved. Oh, yes. Devin. So we need to make Devin a member. She's been around for so long. And she loves me. No, she's told me. She's called me on the phone and said, I'm deeply in love with you. I said, whoa. I'm married. Thank you. That's a lie. She never did call me that. Oh, my God. All right. Romy says, that's why I never got married. So you could remain a virgin? Romy, that is admirable. Well done. Well done indeed. All right, moving on. Dr. McDreamy was Mrs. Forrest's comment, but I don't know what she was referring to, so that kind of goes there. 0 jobs in California. Everyone is hiring. I know Scott Bartosh. I was going to skip past that, but he's right. Scott Bartosh. There are literally hiring signs everywhere. I mean, Craigslist is full. The newspaper's full. Everyone's hiring. It's everywhere. Linda Knoll says, I identify as a virgin. Linda Knoll says she identifies as a virgin. Well, Linda, myself, and other young men would very much like to meet you. I'm true. Man they call Jay says, J-Dog, he's rooting for you. Me too. I'm in Cali, Steven. I'm hoping to land a job in Minnesota that I saw on YouTube. J-Dog, there's so many jobs, man. You gotta get something. You gotta do it. You got to. All right. M. Dawson says, and Michael Dawson says, Tori hit the bullshit button. No. Tori, if Tori thought I was lying by that last statement, she would have A, said something, or B, hit the bullshit bell herself. Her absence on the matter confirms my story. And you guys have to go along with it now. You have no choice. No. You have no choice. All right, so I'll tell you what. God damn, we're coming up on 2.5 hours in here. We're good, right? What am I missing here? Someone said sound. Let me check again. Bum, 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 bum. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. All right. I have not even got all the stories and pictures from that night. I probably never will. Mrs. Fort Watton General Nightbot gifted 5 memberships for the first time, and Tori was the first one. Also, Mike, Brian, Ivany, and 2 more. Nightbot, are you fucking kidding me? How did I miss that shit? Nightbot's been around a bunch, but I had no fucking clue. Mrs. Fort, thank you for pointing that out. Hold on, Mrs. Ford, I got to see your peaches drop. Okay, everybody stop for a second and look at the jar. The jar right here. You see what I'm talking about? It's not full. It's not full, but tell me, everybody look at this jar. Does this not look like the painting of a Roman orgy? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. It's beautiful. It's goddamn beautiful. I'm drinking this one to Nightbot. Nightbot, you can slice this out and whoa, my fifth is gone. Look at that. It's empty. With a very fucking full. Does it get fuller than that? You guys seeing what I'm drinking here? This is to Nightbot. And I'm signing off the program, and I'm heading over to Discord server like we all are. Nightbot, what you did right there was one of the fucking coolest, kindest gestures I've ever seen in my life. Made me feel bad, actually. Need to be more like you. Nightbot, this drink is for you. This full fucking Texas shot filling to the brim. I'm almost going to party foul myself right now. I'm almost going to party foul who I am. Tomash and Two Bear coming in. Tomash with the things I like to see. Two Bear with the things I don't like to see. Well, we're stuck with a couple Two Bear ice cubes, aren't we? But I'm going to raise this last glass. My fifth is done. My cheap-ass whiskey from Two Bear is done. But I will tell you the last 4 or 5 days have been extravagant for me. The people I got to meet Lion in person for the first time. I love that, man. I absolutely do. Two Bear has stepped up his game like he always does every fucking time. And then guys like Nightbot and everybody else in here does the online shit that reminds me of how small of a person I really am. Thank you guys for everything you guys do. This is to you guys. This is to the bottom of the glass nation on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. This is us. Not all the other stuff. This is just for us. The people that are in here right now. Whether you're a member or a subscriber, you're just hanging the fuck out. All the stories and lies we tell and the things we do together is what keep us moving forward. Thank you, guys. This shot is for you guys. Ah, damn, that's some good Jack Daniels. I mean, god damn, that's some good cheap-ass Two Bear whiskey. All right. Listen, I'll keep the thing. I need to say goodnight to everybody. I need to KG Texas $2 to the peaches. I need to say goodnight to all you. I need to read your stuff in here. I need to say goodbye. So I'm going to leave the mic on, mic off a little bit, but the chat room on, and then we're all going over to the Discord server, to the chat room. Lionheart's probably over there turning it on. I'm sure Liz and Allie are going to put up the link to it right now. The girls between the sheets, I love them so much. I couldn't do this without them. And we'll see you guys over there. You want to talk over there? You want to see on camera? We can talk to each other and hang out and fuck around. That's the place to do it. It really is. KG, Texas, $2. And what's he throwing in there? More fucking 2 Bear ice cubes. I got to do is say goodbye to everybody in here. Thank you guys for showing up. I gotta put my dog out, and then I'll be right over there. It'll just take a minute. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for wasting your time with Gen X Talks. Thank you for all the love and support you give my son. I don't care if you listen to this on AM or FM or XM radio. I don't care if you're listening on the Armed Service Radio Networks. I'm telling you right now, thank all of you for showing up. It's not just the money, it's the time. You're giving minutes of your life when you're wasting it here with us. And to me, that means more than anything. Thank you guys very much. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.